This episode is brought to you by Kia's first 3-row all-electric SUV, the Kia EV9, with available all-wheel drive and seating for up to 7 adults, with a 0 to 60 speed that thrills you 1 minute, and available reclining lounge seats that unwind you the next. Visit kia.com/EV9 to learn more. Ask your Kia dealer for availability. No system, no matter how advanced, can compensate for all driver error and or driving conditions. Always drive safely.
Listen to the 48 Hours podcast for shocking murder cases and compelling real-life dramas from one of television's most watched true crime shows. Go behind the scenes of each episode with award-winning CBS News correspondents and producers in Postmortem, a weekly deep dive. Listen to 48 Hours wherever you get your podcasts.
This podcast contains mature content, explicit language, suggestive situations, and partial to full frontal nudity. Listener discretion is advised. Don't let your kids listen to this.
Fools Rush In, definitely his first starring role. Then he had Three to Tango.
Three to Tango.
Serving Sarah.
You know what I thought was going to be a big hit was Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip or whatever.
It was a good show.
I liked it.
I think it came at the wrong time.
I don't know if it was good. Because I think the problem with it was the sketch comedy on it wasn't funny.
Sure.
So we're supposed to believe it's like a Saturday night.
Okay, so it was shipped on the fucking 28th. Sorry, I'm deep in.
Still looking for that record holder from Kiev?
I think he's under the robe now.
Oh,
the return window closed on August 12th. So where the fuck?
What does that mean?
Where the fuck is my fucking smoking jacket here?
So a month ago, you could have returned it if it had shown up.
Yeah. Item is not arrived.
Zach, I think Friends cast month could be interesting.
Oh, we could do that.
Yeah, Friends cast month would be, yeah.
That would be good, yeah.
Matthew Perry's got some movies. Jennifer Aniston has some movies.
Jennifer Aniston's in a bunch of Sandler movies, yeah.
David Schwimmer never had...
Night swimming?
Swimming with Sharks, does that qualify? Was that him? That might not even be him.
He couldn't have been in Swimming with Sharks.
I might have thought it was Swimming with Starks and I just made a confusion.
Swimming with Starks.
Yeah.
Swim Fan. He was in Swim Fan.
He was in Swim Fan, yeah.
Fools Rush Swim.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a movie called Kissing a Fool.
6 Days, 7 Nights with Harry Ford and Anne Heche, dude. May she rest in power.
Oh, she's dead.
Yeah.
What happened?
Shark attack.
Shark attack, okay.
Yeah.
She wasn't in a car accident?
She was in a bad car accident.
No, I think Ian was serious about a shark attack.
It was a shark attack.
Yeah.
The other car was being driven by a shark.
Right, yeah. Road rage.
It was a Hyundai Tiburon.
Yeah. Ha ha.
That's Spanish for shark.
That's smart. Now that's a smart joke. Oh, Swim Fan was an apt pupil. You could do that movie about a Nazi.
Oh, Schwimmer was in Breast Men.
Yeah.
With Chris Cooper.
Maybe that's what I was thinking of.
Two doctors with the dream of making it big.
Breastman.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah, what do you think about that? I mean, Friends cast month. Matthew Perry, David Schwimmer, Jennifer Aniston.
Lisa Kudrow. Yeah.
Yeah, she was also in Friends.
Marcy X.
They actually had movie careers. Now that I think about it, I was like, no, they're not in movies.
They were all failed movie careers, but they all had them.
Well, hold on now. Wait a second. Jennifer Aniston, Along Came Polly, and The Breakup?
Would you say that she's had an amazing movie career?
But we've already done 2 of those movies. She also did a lot of Sandler.
Horrible Bosses.
It makes you wonder how bad she wanted it. You know what I mean? They're all billionaires from Friends.
Right.
You're going to keep going out there breaking your back for like...
She never went back to TV, though.
No.
Right, but she just does Sunday dinners with Bateman and Will Arnett and Courtney Cox and all that. I know that from listening to Smartless.
Kudrow succeeded back on TV in a massive way.
Mm-hmm.
The comeback was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Speaking of Friends, I saw Giovanni Ribisi. Ian, I didn't tell you this. I ran into him on Saturday.
At some sort of Scientology function.
What's speaking of Friends?
Well, he was on Friends.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And it wasn't at a Scientology meeting per se. It was at Erewhon, which can be confused.
That is a Scientology outpost.
But his daughter, who's like, I don't know, 3-4 years old, she's young, came up and wanted to pet Boogie. And so
she listens to this podcast.
She does. She's a huge fan. I listened to her feedback on the podcast. It was about 45 minutes while she pet the dog. And Giovanni was just there, smiled at me. It was weird.
Did he pet the dog?
He did not, but he smiled.
Okay. You wouldn't call him Giovanni Giovanni pets Biggie? Ribigi?
Riboogie?
Baxter?
Giovanni Ribigi?
Ribigi, yeah.
Ribigi?
Yeah.
If you say it like that, if you say it kind of Swedish.
It feels like an IKEA nightstand.
Giovanni Ribigi.
Those are hard to assemble.
Oh, yeah.
That's an evil Italian count, Giovanni Ribisi.
My first 3 divorces were because of Ribisi.
They were, yeah. Some of those are your fault.
It's no Ribisi.
Biggie Smalls.
Listen, I am present, but I'm also trying to figure out where this fucking smoking jacket is. I need to be Gomez Adams, baby.
Well, while you're trying to figure out that smoking jacket, we're in the middle of this podcast.
Have we started already?
Yeah, we started. We're going to leave all this in.
I've listened.
The hot middle.
I have listened to the podcast, so I just want you to know that.
Which episode did you listen to, Ian?
I listened to Man on Fire.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Mm.
That was a classic.
I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Bad movie, turns out. It's just a movie about swim practice.
It's not. It's not a bad movie. It's a great fucking movie.
Dude, it's too long.
Sign me up for all of that.
For the swim practice?
For swim practice.
There's 45 minutes of him just teaching her to dive.
Swim practice, dude.
Swim fan.
Swim fan.
Swim fan, yeah.
Yeah.
One of the hosts of the All Fantasy Everything podcast, which nobody listens to, and of course, a co-head writer for The Late Late Show with James Corden. Also, the Andy Richter to his Conan O'Brien, the one and only Ian Karmel joins us. Ian, thank you for joining us. Who's your favorite AFE guest that is currently on this podcast that you're on? Because Amin's never been on and Mayes has never been on.
Yeah, why hasn't Amin or Mayes been on?
Wait, sorry. Let me introduce you two. Amin, this is Ian. Ian, this is Amin. I know you guys don't know each other.
Amin is one of my, I hesitate to even use the word friend because I feel like that cheapens sort of our relationship.
You guys have met once?
He is a brother. He is a
That's racist.
confidant. I'm racist. Just want to get that out there. Oh, that's not going to be a problem before we do this podcast, right?
Oh, we'll cut that out. No, it's fine.
No. Leave it in.
Oh, leave it in. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that.
Leave it all in.
I am a virulent and powerful racist.
You started the beef with Kanye, didn't you?
I did. Yeah.
Oh, there you
Or
go.
you can't talk about that. Yeah.
Oh, I'll talk about it. That's been background this whole time. I'm the guy who turned Disney into a Jewish company
You sure did.
after it being famously anti-Jewish for a long, long time.
Oh, wow.
I got him kicked out of several banks. I got him kicked out of a Joseph A. Banks. So if you want a good suit at a low price, good luck, Kanye. What else? What else have I done? Oh, I talked him into usury deals at Adidas and at the Gap.
He's still mad at you, Ian, for inventing the leather jogging pant.
A lot of people are mad at me for that.
Furious.
A lot of people are mad at me for that.
I love the word usury.
Yeah.
We don't use it enough. It needs a comeback.
Ian's a learned man, and he has an even more learned wife. So I feel
That's
like
right.
you're glomming a lot of vocabulary off of her.
I'm sitting in a room full of books and I don't own a single one of them.
Is that racist?
Is it racist that she's learned?
Again, I hope so.
No, is it racist that you think Ian learned the word usury from his wife?
No, I just know Ian.
She's Jewish too.
That's my point.
Yeah.
That's what makes it racist.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She's teaching you all the way to the old world.
No, I listen to Kanye. It's fine.
That's true. That is true.
Oh, man.
We're a bargaining people, and I probably traded her something for knowledge of the word usury.
We're a bargaining people.
Yeah.
Enough about those stereotypes. Ian.
Let's say more to come on those stereotypes. More to come on those stereotypes.
Mordecai.
Mordecai.
Mordecai Usury.
Yeah.
Ian, what is your history with this movie, Super Troopers? Because I accidentally offered you up Starship Troopers or Beer Fest because I have a brain tumor. And then you said, yeah, Starship Troopers. And then I said, well, no, I meant Super Troopers. They're like, okay, yeah, that's fine too.
Well, Starship Troopers are the first boobs I ever saw in a movie theater. So just shout out to Starship Troopers right off the bat.
Legendary. Tent sex.
Tent sex. Electric violin.
Mine were Rosie Perez, White Men Can't Jump,
Oh, also good.
in a theater.
Now, when you say in a theater, that means you saw boob before that on what, VHS?
Trading Places. Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Great scene.
And then the first one's in theater, A Shock to Young Ian Karmel, Starship Troopers. Super Troopers, it is a long and rich relationship with this movie. This came out 2001. I was smack dab in the middle of high school, right? I think in the intended audience for this movie. And the fact that we're able to do it on this podcast, which I believe is called Cinephile, is that right?
Cinephobe.
Cinephile. Great. It's good to be here on Cinephile. The fact that we're able to do it here on a podcast that talks about movies that have low Rotten Tomato scores is fucking insane to me. This movie is so good at what it does.
Yeah.
What this movie is trying to do, it was like a quote factory. It was fun game after fun game after fun game.
Yeah.
It launching careers is a weird, but it kind of did launch all these careers.
No, it kind of did. Yeah.
It blew up at Sundance. I don't understand. If a critic gave this movie a bad review, and I know we'll get to that later, you were grading it on an insane scale. It's like bringing a horse to a dog show, a beautiful racehorse to a dog show. you give it a 0, but this is a fast horse. You know what I mean? Then it goes out and wins the Kentucky Derby. It's a perfect metaphor. And we don't need to explore it any further.
I mean, I don't know if you've ever listened to All Fuckery Everything, Ian's podcast, where they fuck the world, or I can't remember what it is. Yeah.
That's a Patreon exclusive.
It's a Patreon exclusive. You sign up for the Patreon, you get the All Fuckery Everything.
There's also All Usury Everything, which only 3 people have signed up for, but it bought me this house.
But Ian, you do love a bad movie.
Absolutely. I think there are Sunday afternoon movies and there are Saturday night movies, both of which are different kinds of bad movies.
Mm-hmm.
Man on Fire, I think, is a Sunday afternoon movie, for example.
That's a week.
This is a Saturday night movie. This is I got home drunk or I'm baked. Let me throw this on for the 900th time and fall asleep to this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Ian, I'm curious. You say you love bad movies. What's the worst movie you've ever seen?
Oh my God. I walked out of one of the Resident Evil movies.
I like the idea of going to a Resident Evil sequel.
This isn't what I thought.
Not up to the standards.
I was so upset I left my opera glasses in the Regal Cinemas, I think. Yeah.
You did.
Still never got those back. I think it was a Resident Evil movie that was fucking terrible that I saw in the theaters. Oh, I walked out of the second Jurassic World movie.
Oh, no.
I want to say I love that franchise. I don't know if that's true. I loved the first one like everyone else. But I went to see it on like a beautiful summer day in Portland, Oregon. I was sitting in the theater. It was like 2 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking god awful. And I'm like, what am I doing? I'll be dead at some point. You know what I mean? And I will have spent like a beautiful summer afternoon watching somebody misuse all of Chris Pratt's plentiful talents. And I got out of there.
Love a Portland summer day.
Oh my God, they're perfect.
The best summer days are in Portland when it's actually summer and not raining.
Yeah, there's 9 of them. There's 9 of them every single year, and that's it.
But they are perfect.
When you get it, it's fantastic. Absolutely.
Mount Hood smiling in the distance, looking over at its fields of plenty.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful. But yeah, maybe the Jurassic World sequel.
Did you see the third one?
No, I'm out.
It's even worse.
I'm out.
It's even worse.
Get me out of there.
You have to just for...
To complete the story, right?
Yeah, you have to complete the story, and it's especially bad.
I am a defender of Chris Pratt, and I don't know if I want to build this case against myself in my head.
I saw it in the theater.
So you're blaming Bryce Dallas Howard?
Yeah, I'll put all of this on Bryce Dallas. I'll put some of it on Ron Howard.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to.
I think Chris Pratt has been done dirty either by himself, by his handlers, whoever. He is so good at one particular thing. You know what I mean? He's very funny. He's very charming. At being Chris Pratt, being affable.
Yeah.
He's in a Jurassic Park franchise where there's so many opportunities for him to be silly, for him to crack a joke, for him to have some fun. And he's just fucking stone-faced serious.
You know why?
Why?
You know whose fault it is? It's his trainer's fault.
Yeah.
Got in too good shape.
Yeah.
Ian, don't get in too good shape, man.
Don't worry about that.
You get in good shape, you're going to lose all of it.
I'll never let him.
Ian, where is Chris Pratt in your personal Chris wars with Evans, Hemsworth, and your doppelganger, Chris Pine?
Chris Pine's number one, of course, obviously.
Of course.
I mean, you guys are the same person.
Yeah. I feel like Chris Pratt, as far as potential goes, could be number one. Could be number one. But I think he's below Chris Rock.
Ooh.
I think he's below Chrissy Hind. It's a lot of Chris's he's below right now.
Christoph Waltz.
Christoph Waltz.
Definitely behind Christoph Waltz.
Definitely, yeah.
I would say he's uncomfortably Christian.
He's part of a weird church. I'm going to hack one of my own stand-up jokes right now, so forgive me for that. But it's also just something I passionately believe. Of course he believes in a weird version of God, because everyone else who looks like Chris Pratt is like a middle school football coach. And he's one of the biggest movie stars on the planet. Like Chris Pine can afford to have good politics and be an atheist, because what is God going to do anyway? God couldn't take away Chris Pine's career. It's set. But Chris Pratt, the second he got any success, if he happened to be going to that church that week, you're in forever.
Yeah.
It had to have been divine intervention.
It had to have been.
From his perspective.
He was married to Anna Faris at some point. Like,
Yeah.
he's had a good run.
Yes. It's like when people get on athletes for being religious, but if you could fly, of course you're going to believe in God.
If I could shoot a basketball like Steph Curry, I'd believe in God every second.
Line up all the gods. I can't believe he limits it to one. I believe in Norse gods. I'd pull some Greek gods out. I'd have like a Nancy fucking shit in my locker. Like I would believe in every god you got if I could jump 3 feet off the ground.
Hey, you know what I believe in? I believe in this movie, Super Troopers. I'd love to dig into it, guys.
Yes.
Let's do that.
It's so good.
20 minutes in.
20 minutes in.
I mean, when you combined us, the All Fantasy Everything, and the Cinephobe universes,
This is a 5-hour podcast.
there's no chance.
Honestly, your podcast is the reason where I was like, this can work.
Yeah.
We can do a 2-hour podcast. We've had notes of people like, you should try to keep it to 40 minutes. I was like, nah, I think I know what we're going to do here.
Fuck that.
Like Zach looking at it like, if that train wreck over there is
I've seen this sausage made before. If those dipshits can do it, we can do it.
Yeah. We're the Millennium Falcon. It may not look like much, but it's got it where it counts.
Exactly.
Somehow it rattles through.
It's the big circular sausage, like Goodfellas.
Oh, that's the sausage.
That's the type of sausage that's getting made here.
Give me that sausage.
Last time I watched Goodfellas in its entirety,
Go on.
I was at Ian's house.
Yeah, that's true.
The old Fortress of Solid Dudes.
Slicing garlic with a razor blade.
Oh my
For
God.
hours.
Zach Toscani was just sitting in a corner doing that the whole time. Didn't say a word.
Prison has never looked tastier.
Okay, so let's get into Super Troopers.
Wait a minute,
guy.
really quick. One last digression. More delicious prison situation. Goodfellas or Paddington 2? Because that's a tasty prison.
Oh.
Ooh.
Paddington 2 is a really fucking good movie, man.
Right? It's so good. And those marmalade sandwiches.
It's also referenced heavily in The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
It's so good.
I still got to go Goodfellas just because I love an Italian meal.
Yeah. They're making the gravy in there. They're slicing it really thin.
You talking about the prison meal?
Prison meal specifically.
When he's taking the razor and he's thinly slicing
Yeah.
the garlic so it just melts.
Steve Martin.
Yeah, maybe Goodfellas. You're right, Maze. I mean, that was a hell of a meal.
That's a 1-2 punch, though.
They bring the lobsters in.
They bring the lobsters in. Yeah, they're eating lobster.
I've got a potentially bad take. Joe Pesci in that movie. Get over yourself. It's a little over the top.
Come on.
It's a little over the top.
Aw, man.
Now, wait a minute. What are we?
It's a little much.
Ian, we need to prepare you. There's no animal in this movie, but any animal that's ever been on screen.
Oh, there's an animal.
That's not a real animal. Zach will call it ass off.
I believe a lot of the animals that are in these movies do a great job acting.
Yeah,
Of being animals.
for sure. What does that have to do with Joe Pesci?
He just criticized Joe Pesci's acting talent, but he will praise animals.
No, I just said.
Well, he's the animal. That's what it is, because he's the fucking animal.
No, that's
Game
Rob
respect
Schneider.
Oh, that's true. That's my bad. That's my bad. It's not the first time or the last time I will have mistaken Rob Schneider for Zach Harper.
Rob Schneider month coming soon.
You're always putting out specials called Soy Sauce Holocaust and shit like that.
I mean, look, you think of a clever title, you got to run with it.
You build from there.
You build the set around it.
You make the material fit the title.
Joe Pesci alone, speaking of animals, pointing out the painting, you got one dog going this way, you got one dog going the other way. This guy's right here like, what do you want from me? That alone, hang the fucking jersey in the rafters.
A little over the top.
Zach, what can I say? I'm a good shot.
Come on!
That's great. No, I'm not saying he's bad in it. I'm saying it's just a little over the top. Like, reel it back a little bit.
The paw, the hoof.
It's a little cartoonish.
Yo, you do a pretty good Joe Pesci there, like when he gets agitated.
Thank you.
Give me an agitated Joe Pesci.
How the fuck are you gonna put? You're gonna put me up. You're gonna say I'm fucking overrated in that fucking movie? Fuck you, Zach Harper. Fuck you. The Timberwolves are fucking overrated. The Sacramento Kings are fucking overrated. You know what's overrated? You fucking prick. You fucking prick. Beards, you fucking prick. Or you gonna grow a fucking beard? Why don't you go to a fucking barbershop, sit there with a straight razor, see if they don't cut your fucking throat?
It's a cosmic mix of the action of the 90s combined with the exploitation films of the 70s. But with modern touches, it's hyper-violence, but it knows that it is. It's a little bit Tarantino. It's definitely a little bit Michael Mann. It's kind of a cosmic gumbo. It almost moves to the beat of jazz.
White people are genetically inferior, or they're culturally crippled, or they're socially deprived.
How come God couldn't make everyone one color, like tan?
I wish I'd fucked a black broad before I got married.
I could really feel 400 years of oppression and anger in every pelvic thrust.
I can smell horny across an ocean.
Not all women,
Good for you, man. Good for you, good for you.
just the hot ones.
Hello, Oprah.
You're not allowed to go down on me for 1 month.
No, Judith,
Don't
please.
make me take away your masturbation privileges.
Yeah, I'm horny too, baby.
Hey, Chowman, come on down here. Will you want to exercise my dominance?
Scaring.
I'm getting a patriarchal urge. Don't mind me. Just keep doing what you're doing. We're a team. We work together.
I don't know if you were paying attention.
I wasn't.
Please, goddammit! Just one more drink! I'll cut off your tits with a knife, you bitch!
5 whiskeys,
That's breakfast on the river.
Yo, you have to clip it, Mayes.
Clip what? A fucking tiger? What are you talking about?
It's not that hard. Just chop, boom, out.
Wow, Mayes has a really hard job.
This is going to be the worst episode we've ever done.
My people don't give a ding-dong diddly about what flag fly over Hawaii.
You bore me, Fury.
Where is the microfilm?
It's nothing but a bag of meat and flesh and tendon.
Why didn't they just name him Spaghetti Lasagna?
Fuck, this movie is 2 hours long?
Not the whole thing.
This is like the John Gruden emails of movies.
Do you like ducks?
Or a trench coat full of bees flying around? Like, that would scare me. Imagine bees are cool.
That's a duck, man!
No, I get it.
Coolio.
You're the devil's baby, mama. I didn't lie, Annie. I just didn't tell you certain things.
Don't play no reindeer games with me.
An American ninja? What are you talking about? There's no such thing.
You've gotten rich off of the people in this town. You bet your ass I have. And I'm gonna get richer.
Coughlin's Law.
Go into incredibly descriptive details of the story so we all know.
Oh, man. I wish I had better notes.
Have you ever heard such a pail of shite?
Once I get a DVD player, I'm going to watch Gala Walkers once a day.
Come here and give me a squudge.
You know what to do from here, Internet.
All right, cool. Let me Google how to open QuickTime.
Justice is blind.
He's got space dementia.
But it can be heard.
Time to find out exactly what this ooze can do.
Pull a fucking rabbit out of your dick and phobe.
I'm Temecula's newest hard-on, dog.
Hey, look at here. Why don't we eat us a few thousand beers? You can tell me what's buzzing in the big bad city.
Coming on, yeah!
Look out for number one. Set your sights on the stars and the sun. Look out for number one. You gotta push a little harder, yeah.
Enough! It's not funny anymore.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.
Welcome to Cinephobe, the podcast. We break down the movies you're afraid to admit you love. I'm Zach Harper. That's Amin and that's Anthony Mayes, part of the Levitard and Friends Network for Meadowlark Media. Reminder, get your reviews in. 20,000 of them need to be in on Apple Podcasts by the end of 2023, or this podcast is done.
Over.
You can save it if you get to 5,000 by the end of 2022.
Where are we at right now?
4,088 on Apple Podcasts.
I'm telling you, we're adding like 40 reviews a week, man. There's no way we can hit 5,000 by the end of the year.
You in Miami right now?
I am in Miami.
Hit it hard.
Miami? I intend to.
Asking for, not with your tolerance now. Asking for reviews.
Latest review, Soaming Slam On by Starhazer, 5 stars. I absolutely love all of the reviews so far for Lounge Lizard Month and waiting for Michael Clark Duncan to make yet another appearance.
Wait no longer. By the time you've heard this, he's already made his appearance.
If any of you else have a submission, submit it. Just needs to be 40% or lower on the Rotten Tomatoes audience or critic score. October has been Broken Lizard Month.
Charred Goose Beak.
I started off with some drinks with Beer Fest, and Amin took us to Pina Colada Burg with Club Dread, and Mayes ordered up some week-old cod with the Slammin' Salmon.
Blackened.
Now it's time for our special guest episode. You heard him in the cold open. You'll hear him later on in the show. Ian Karmel from All Fantasy Everything podcast and the Late Late Show with James Corden.
And
picked the final movie of the month.
And also from my very good friend list.
But you're not on his.
Oh, I am.
He picked the final movie of the month.
He'll clarify all this later.
Up. He picked the 2001 crime mystery comedy Super Troopers.
Crime mystery
what?
Comedy.
I don't know, man. I knew I was going to get some shit for that.
Comedy.
As soon as I saw it.
Crime mystery.
Super Troopers stars the Broken Lizard Gang. Jay, Kevin, Steve, Paul, Eric.
You know them. You love them.
They've been this whole month, plus some of them in Tacoma FD.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Super Troopers also stars Joey Kern from Cabin Fever and A Beginner's Guide to Snuff, Jeffrey Aaron from The Ringer, 500 Days of Summer, Garden State, Devil, and he's married to Christina Hendricks. I mean, we'll be amazed by that later on in the show.
Until 2019.
Well, he's not married anymore.
Not anymore, yeah. Spoiler alert.
So Zach's in her DMs now.
Marissa Coughlin, Coughlin's Law.
Coughlin's Law.
Freddie Got Fingered, Boston Legal, and Super Troopers 2, plays Ursula.
Hell of a career.
Daniel Von Bargen from The Faculty, RoboCop 3, Philadelphia, Broken Arrow, G.I. Jane, and he was more importantly Kruger on Seinfeld.
Yes, he was.
T-Bone.
Also, Silence of the Lambs, and I knew him from Malcolm in the Middle. He was the leader of the military school.
Never seen Malcolm in the Middle.
What?
Never seen a single episode.
Man, I get my guy, Frankie Muniz, on this.
That's your guy?
That's my guy, man.
You know him?
I know Frankie Muniz, yes.
You know it's Munez?
I like how he's saying Muniz.
Yeah, it's not Frankie Munez.
Not Munoz.
Not Muniz.
Munoz, what?
Muniz.
Muniz.
On Muniz.
He threw the Enye on that N like it's the NFL.
He really did. The NFL. I love that level of pandering, man. How are we going to make the Spanish Heritage Month? I don't know. Oh, fuck. Enye on there.
Someone did that with the markup feature on their iPhone.
Boom.
Done. Covered. James Grace, repeat offender from Slam and Salmon and Beer Fest. Michael Weaver, repeat offender.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
From Club Dread and Slam and Salmon. Dan Fay, repeat offender from Beer Fest. Brian Cox from Succession, The Bourne franchise, The Ringer, and Rise of the Planet of the Apes. One of my favorites. Oh my God, so good.
Rushmore, X2, X-Men United, Troy, Manhunter, Braveheart.
The emotion in that orangutan's eye.
Dude, you gotta watch it. Have you not watched it?
Not yet.
You gotta watch it.
I've watched it before, but
you gotta watch it on mute. You learn so much. Oh, man. I'm telling you.
Zach's gonna pick a silent film if he wins the wild card.
If it's got an animal in it, I will. Absolutely. Jim Gaffigan, repeat offender from Slam and Salmon. Repeat offender Philippe Brenningmeyer from Beer Fest and Slam and Salmon.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Blanchard Ryan, repeat offender from Beer Fest. Linda Carter, who was Wonder Woman before Gal Gadot was passing out champagne.
And enough champagne to fill the Nile.
Hey! Oh, champagne! Richard Perillo, repeat offender from Slam and Salmon, Beer Fest, Club Dread. And Jerry Walsh, who is a repeat offender from Fallen.
Time is on his side. Yes, it is.
Super Troopers, written and directed by Jay Chandrasekhar. This movie, Dukes of Hazzard, all the Broken Lizard shit. Written by all those guys as well. Synopsis for Super Troopers. 5 Vermont state troopers, avid pranksters with a knack for screwing up, try to save their jobs and outdo the local police department by solving a crime.
Okay, so this is weird because the synopsis on Amazon Prime is a little different from that. The synopsis they have, as my iPad here loads up, pardon me. Here it is. 5 Vermont state troopers, avid pranksters with a knack of screwing up. Oh, no, wait, where'd it go? Hold on, that's not the one. There's one where they say like, oh, and they occasionally get high. I'm like, what?
What?
Maybe that was, hold on. Maybe it's from Just Watch.
Are you okay?
Not really. Not really. This again, my tolerance is all fucked up.
It's the rare episode where Amin gets more sober as the episode goes on.
Here we go. 5 bored, occasionally high, and always ineffective Vermont state troopers must prove their worth to the governor or lose their jobs. After stumbling on a drug ring, they plan to make a bust, but a rival police force is out to steal the glory.
It's too many sentences.
And also, I don't like the editorializing, calling them always ineffective and bored.
Wait, what was the obviously skilled?
An American ninja? Impossible.
There is no such thing.
Tagline, altered state police.
I like that.
That's good.
I don't get it.
Because they're high, I mean.
Oh.
Other taglines. Let's see if you like these. It's their highway. You're just driving on it.
It's true.
I mean, that's real life. Not even a joke.
All right, how about this one? You don't mess with the law. The law messes with you.
Again, that doesn't feel like a joke. It feels like real life.
Well, not for all of us.
That's true.
This may be one of us on this podcast.
What else you got?
That's it. Altered State Police is the best one.
I mean, that's the only one that feels like it's a joke, and I didn't get the joke.
$3 million estimated budget, grossed $18.4 million US, $23.1 million worldwide. That's a hit, man.
Certified.
I had a $1.5 million budget.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I think it was bought for distribution for $3 million.
Before we jump into this movie and you listen to the rest of this podcast, Super Troopers is a rental, but I own it. It's been a good month for me. Just had to do Slam and Salmon.
I busted out the DVD, boys.
Oh, ye old DVD.
I rented. I got the X-ray though.
You didn't buy?
It was $4 to rent, $5 to buy. I saw that.
It is, yeah, that's true.
Super Troopers receives 36% from the critics on 90 reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, 90% from the audience on over 250,000 ratings.
So that's a 126 combo. It's now in the top 5 combo score movies: 5 Heartbeats, Man on Fire, Red Notice, and Honest Thief.
Oh, Honest Thief.
Bullshit. I can't believe that the scores are still this high.
Wrong. You got it wrong.
Unbelievable.
Amin, it's like the positive or the negative reviews.
I'm a bottle of beer, half empty kind of guy. Give me the positives, Zach.
That is a fully empty bottle of beer, just for the record.
It's a fully empty bottle of beer, and it wouldn't be the positives then. That would be the negatives.
No, hold on. You see that right there?
Oh, there's just a glimmer of backwash in there.
That's still full.
Just a half shot of Amin's disgusting mucus and a little bit of Miller Lite in there.
Hey, John, that's weird. That glass looks half full to me.
Wow. Now that you mention it, it is half full.
Steven Silver of Tilt Magazine.
Hi-ho, Silver! Away!
Super Troopers, silly as it is, lands as a multifaceted, balanced, and hilarious look at policing.
What?
I don't know. Brian McKay of eFilmCritic.com. As juvenile and silly as it looks, but it's also funnier than you would expect.
Okay.
J.R. McEwen of Film Quips Online.
Who shot him?
This is one of those films that makes movie critics embarrassed to admit they liked it without first smoking a joint. He's a cop.
Afraid to admit you love it.
Michael W. Phillips Jr. of Goat Dogs Movies.
I'm glad he clarified because I thought Michael W. Phillips Jr.
is Goat Dog, my boy.
Goat Dog, my boys. Good, fun comedy that finds humor in personality and avoids scraping the bottom of the comedic barrel. Michael Dukina.
Michael Dukina?
Of themoviereport.com.
Wow.
He never likes white movies.
An appealingly juvenile trifle that delivers its share of laughs and smiles.
Trifle. What a word trifle is.
Carla Meyer of San Francisco Chronicle. The dirty jokes provide the funniest moments in this oddly sweet comedy about jokester highway patrolmen.
My baloney has a first name. It's C-A-R-L-A. My baloney has a second name. It's M-A-Y-E-R. It's Canadian.
Eric D. Snyder of ericdsnyder.com.
We're not gonna take it.
These guys are bright and creative with just the right amount of 13-year-old boy left in them. Easy, Mace.
I modulated like a motherfucker on that one. I've probably been modulating this whole time.
Probably been modulating. Is that your words for blowing out your speakers?
Blown out backs and speakers.
And I'm all out of backs.
Just speakers.
Steve Simmels of TV Guide. A surprisingly funny and much smarter than it needs to be Animal House style ensemble comedy.
Okay, that guy got it.
Jon Stewart of Newsday.
The Daily Show.
Do the voice.
Anyone who's ever been stalked on the highway by a twirling red light.
Anyone who has done stalked to the highway by a twirling red light.
All right, how about this? Anyone who has ever been stalked on the highway by a twirling red light and a siren should find satisfaction in the send-up of state trooper foibles.
Yeah, state troopers.
Lulu Medic of the New York Post.
Well, I think we just beat the Irish, so.
Yeah, we just beat the Irish, so yeah, say we drink us.
Yeah.
A smarter and much funnier version of the old Police Academy flicks.
Whoa!
There's some funny stuff in the trivia about how they've never seen Police Academy.
Oh, fuck them.
There's no way.
No, fuck them. They're lying.
There's no way. No, I don't believe that.
Liars.
Glenn Whipp of Los Angeles Daily News.
Cool Whip.
Probably won't add up to much of a theatrical run for Super Troopers, but this is the kind of movie that could take on a life of its own once it leaves theaters.
And this guy left his review in 2018 or some shit like that. Fucking asshole.
Todd Anthony of the South Florida Sun Sentinel. May seriously impair your ability to ever again maintain a straight face while speaking to a highway patrolman.
No, not really, Todd.
User Rockma A, 5 out of 5.
Rock my ass.
Despite the critics' review, this film is modern comedic genius. Super Troopers 2 sucked balls, but the original is a cult classic for a reason. Definitely one of the best comedies of all time.
Relax your throat.
User Tim P, 4 out of 5 stars.
Tempe, Arizona.
I normally dislike movies that get a lower meta rating and the inverse, but Super Troopers has enough positives, gags, fun, and love to transcend the critical flaws.
Love?
Very good entry by the lizard comedy troupe. Can't recall their full name. That's truly a joy to watch again and again. Smiley emoticon.
Where's the love in this movie?
Ursula.
That's not love. He's just lusting after her.
Some people say it's the same thing. And then last positive review, user James M, 5 out of 5. RT really needs to get a grip on their comedy reviews. This is an absolute masterpiece of a cult classic. Super Troopers does everything right. And if you don't get a laugh out of this comedy movie, then you are either a cyborg or a huge stick in the mud. Broken Lizard's magnum opus. It's quirky, it's crude, it's gat dang hilarious. 90% audience versus a rotten critic score. Come on, man. Sometimes I think comedy shouldn't even have a critic rating on this ever disappointing site. SMDH.
Huge dick in the mud?
Stick in the mud.
Oh, I was about to say, is that like a euphemism for anal?
Negative reviews.
Stop being a pessimist. This tank is not half full. It's half empty.
Mike Massey of Gone with the Twins. It's become somewhat of a cult comedy with a faithful fan base despite containing almost no sequences that are laugh out loud funny or memorably unique.
Come on, masshole.
Also demonstrably incorrect.
That's the worst way to attack this movie.
Regardless of whether you thought it was funny or not, you cannot say it doesn't have anything memorable or any of that shit.
Nell Minow of Common Sense Media.
Oh, this bitch. I mean...
Good cover. Kick, save, and a butte.
I used the term kisses on the show today.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Would that be indigenous kisses?
I don't know what they call them now. I assure you it was not meant with any malice in my heart.
Well, I'm glad you were able to repeat it here.
Yeah, that's good.
Bang, bang, yeah.
In both cases, it wasn't live, so like, why the fuck aren't we protecting me from myself?
Sex and drug jokes abound in lowbrow comedy.
Remember when weed was a drug?
I do.
Weed jokes are drug jokes? You know?
The prices of the drugs threw me off.
Mark Palermo of The Coast, Halifax, Nova Scotia. This seemingly endless sitcom is too infatuated with its own hijinks to realize they're virtually witless.
Shut up.
Chuck Wilson of LA Weekly.
Chucko Willie.
Hello.
Chuck Wilson of LA Weekly. The movie's mostly a succession of predictable skits leavened only by the occasional amusing one-liner and played by actors who aren't actors so much as just a bunch of guys goofing off.
That's a more accurate criticism than the other one.
John J. Puccio of Movie Metropolis.
Poochie Main.
Numbingly boring and jaw-droppingly dumb.
John Morant.
Jason Anderson of Globe and Mail.
Mr. Anderson.
This 100-minute movie only has about 25 minutes of decent material.
Okay.
Richard Roper of Ebert and Roper.
Mr. Roper, Mr. Roper.
It made me yearn for the golden era of January when Slackers was released.
Never seen Slackers.
It's not good. It's not good. It probably qualifies, right?
Jason Segel, Jason Schwartzman, wrong Jasons. It does qualify.
Dustin Putman of thefilmfile.com.
Oh, no.
What are the odds?
I wonder if that's where they got the name from.
Plays like a long series of skits whose comedy is a whole lot funnier to the filmmakers and actors than it is to the viewer.
I think it is.
Jason Clark of Matinee Magazine. The movie is about as humorous as watching your favorite pet get buried alive.
Harsh.
I laughed.
Kevin Thomas of the LA Times. There's nothing super about Super Troopers except for those deep into the low end of the frat house mentality that equates smart alecky with hilarity. Roger Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times.
Oh, wow. 2 thumbs down.
I can't quite recommend it. It's too patched together, but I almost can. It's the kind of movie that makes you want to like it.
That's a hell of a review.
Ed Gonzalez of Slant Magazine.
Eddie G.
A noble failure.
I don't know if it was noble.
Jay Boyar of Orlando Sentinel.
Jay Boyardee.
Low comedy doesn't come much lower. Nell Minow of Movie Mom.
Oh, wow.
Why does she have to review everything twice?
The kind of movie 5 college buddies who didn't want to go to law school would dream up after smoking dope and watching John Landis movies.
Very, very, very accurate.
And guess what? Joke's on you.
Kevin Heffernan actually got his law degree and passed the bar as a backup plan.
And still cashing these checks.
Victoria Alexander of filmsandreview.com wins my vote for the 2002 Enemy of Cinema Award.
Shut up.
And then last one, user Joel H, 1.5 out of 5 stars.
Joel Hader.
Everyone who told me Super Troopers was funny should be arrested. I don't think I laughed out loud once while watching this excessively crass and crude movie. When making a film, it's important to feature at least one character that is somewhat likable. Everyone in this sloppy series of half-baked sketches is awful, and I was actively rooting against the so-called protagonist by the end. Super Troopers committed aggravated assault on my brain.
There's your dick in the mud.
After this commercial break, we will get Amin's first note and introduce Ian Karmel.
Listener, what's up? Zach Harper, coming to you live from just making my picks on Prize Picks, the largest daily fantasy sports platform in North America. For my money and your money, the easiest and most exciting way to play DFS. Again, that's daily fantasy sports. It's just you against the numbers instead of battling thousands of players, including like pros and sharks, those people that really try to game the system and screw you over. You just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. Basketball's here, right? So check this out. This is the cool thing that I love from Prize Picks. You can now pick combo projections across football and basketball from the Specials League, a league created specifically for combo projections that includes 2 or more players from different sports and leagues. So if you want to do like more Patrick Mahomes yards and less James Harden points, you can do that. You can do that combination. You can do any combination that they have on there. You just go to the Specials League. You want to play alongside people. Maybe you don't want to go it alone. Maybe you want to play alongside people. You can go to, I don't know, Meek Mill, Andrew Schultz. You find them in the community plays under the promos tab of the app to view entries from some of the biggest names in the Prize Picks community each week. And best of all, Prize Picks even offers a reboot policy so your entries stay in play even if one of your players gets injured. For football and basketball games, if you have the player who exits the game in the first half and does not return in the second, that player is rebooted. Prize Picks, the only daily fantasy sports platform with an injury insurance policy. So I'll tell you what you do. You go to prizepicks.com/ding and use the promo code DING, D-I-N-G, for a first deposit match up to $100. Let me say that again for you. You go to prizepicks.com/ding. You use the code DING, D-I-N-G, for a first deposit match up to $100 from our friends at Prize Picks. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy. Amin, what is your first note?
I haven't seen this movie since like 2004.
Oh shit, I have not been recording. Should I start right now?
Start it up now.
I'm recording.
Oh man, I hope that Joe Pesci audio sounds like it's coming through a garbage disposal.
Sorry about that. I'm here now. I'm here now.
Oh shit, I'm not recording.
It's that loose start. It's that loose start.
Loose start will get you.
Where's my fucking smoking jacket?
Mace, what's your first note?
Jersey Shore production. I'm fist pumping till my fucking arm falls off.
To the smush room.
Ian, do you have a first note or a first thought?
It is the best case scenario for a college improv group.
It is. Yeah, it absolutely is.
As someone who has come, whose entire career has been brought to you from starting in a college improv group, Super Troopers is the best case scenario for a college improv and sketch group, which Broken Lizard was. Because it also has the spirit of that in it. Colgate University started out as like a sketch comedy and improv group, all came from the same fraternity. This movie is bathed in, I mean, I was never in a frat, but like frat boy comedy, but also very specifically sketch and improv, that whole college just trying to make each other laugh, but it also is a little bit corny. It is the most advanced Pokemon of college improv.
Do you think that Jay Chandrasekhar would have been a successful director?
I'm sorry, what was that? What was that name?
Jay Chandrasekhar.
There we go. Okay.
You just got to speed right through it, you know? Do you think that he would have been a successful director without this comedy troupe coming together? Like, was he always destined to be good at this, or did he need this push into pop culture?
I don't know. I think he might have needed this push, but also he was the one giving himself that push. I mean, he built it for himself. So I kind of think no matter what happened,
he'd have found a way.
He would have found a way, yeah.
You're asking Ian, the product of an improv group, if his improv group basically made his career.
But he hates improv.
I don't hate improv.
Well, you don't like it.
I like it more than most stand-up comedians.
Wait, more than you like most stand-up comedians, or more than most stand-up comedians like it?
The second one.
Okay, there.
Most stand-up comedians fucking hate improv, but I think improv can be really, really good. I bet these guys were great at it. I also don't know that they did improv, but they did sketch, so I'm assuming they did improv.
Jay Chandrasekhar actually met Judd Apatow through the process of making Super Troopers and the subsequent release, and then that got him job directing on Undeclared, and then that got him the job directing on Arrested Development.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the talent won out.
Yeah.
But the connections that he made off of this movie were what propelled him to that.
It might have been like if the Timberwolves select Steph Curry, I don't think he becomes Steph Curry for the Timberwolves, but on the next team, he becomes Steph Curry.
Right.
He still would have been that. It just would have taken a different route to do it. We've got 3 stoners driving near the border of Vermont, having a conversation about beachfront property.
Nobody owns the water. It's God's water.
Yeah.
God owns the water.
What if there's a naked girl on the beach?
I don't own her.
That girl's not yours. You don't own the girl.
What if she breaks her foot on the property?
She could sue you.
She could sue me. Sue me.
That guy is married to Christina Hendricks. That'll always blow my mind.
Amazing.
Is he?
Yes, isn't he?
Welcome to Cinephobe. Jeez.
Yeah, he's been married to her since like 2011, I think.
Oh, happily married?
Happily married.
Yikes.
Good for him.
Swinging a hog.
Has to be, right?
Has to be. Back problems.
Oh, no, they're divorced.
What? Oh, dick got smaller.
Excuse me, guys. I've got a call to make.
This is the part where Zach will now stalk her on Instagram.
Oh, yeah. I'm the only one that does that. I'm the only one that followed Lake Bell.
I don't follow Lake Bell.
You did. You were commenting on her Instagram post. You were doing all that shit.
How to Make It in America's Lake Bell?
Yes, that exact Lake Bell.
That exact Lake Bell?
That exact Lake Bell.
Thorny and Rabbit pull up behind him. They're trying to hide the weed, and they make the guy in the back eat it. An entire bag of weed. That could not happen.
Well, you can easily eat a bag of weed because it's not.
I'm just saying I couldn't do it.
The fact that they're doing this while the cop car is side by side by them is hilarious.
Yeah.
But like you, Zach, I threw up just watching him do it because it's not like he emptied the contents into his mouth. He stuck the plastic in there.
Real disgusting.
Oh, that's gross. Even the plastic. Ugh.
It's dry, but we know eating weed won't do anything, do you?
No, I'd throw up.
No, I'm just saying the process. It would be like eating a dry, uncooked piece of broccoli. Like I couldn't do that either.
Or a green pine cone.
Be like eating leaves.
You have to hard swallow it.
He then eats a bag of mushrooms to also get rid of that evidence. They offer him a second bag of weed and he says, throw it out the window. He throws it out the window. I love how the driver like leans forward to try to block the view.
They're trying to be so sneaky. They're definitely in character here as high teenagers.
Rolling down windows. 20th century, bitch.
That is 20th century thing.
A little crank.
All right, he tossed it out. The cops immediately slam on the brakes. They're going to try to roll the windows down to get the smell out of it. Car goes flying by them, sirens on. And they say, must have been a double homicide or something cool.
They're laughing. They're relieved. They pull over and stop by the side of the road. And Mike holds up the empty bags. He ate it all, baby.
Come and get it, he says.
Yeah.
His friend says, you must have eaten like $100 worth of pot and like $30 worth of shrooms. So, you know.
Who's the man? Who's the man?
I'm going to need that $130 whenever you get a chance.
Fuck, man. It's really not cool, man.
It's such good character development for these 3 characters who are like early in the beginning and the very end. Even at the end, the guy is clearly the rich asshole at the college in Vermont with the 2 other toady friends. And he remains that guy.
All of a sudden, the cops are behind him again.
Is that the same car, man? Do I look high?
Yeah.
License and registration. How fast you're going? 65?
63.
Have any of you guys ever been pulled over while under the influence?
No.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
What'd you say? How'd you get out of it?
Blew under the limit.
Woo! Wow.
Yeah.
That's ballsy.
Dangerous game.
The most dangerous game. Maze, have you ever been pulled over under the influence?
No, not under the influence. I did have one instance where a group of my friends, we had 9 people in a 5-person car, and a cop saw us and followed across an intersection. We pulled into a side street and then everybody just ran. I was not there for the interaction with the cop at that point.
Have you ever run from the cops? I did at a house party before in college.
Okay.
Did you see another person say, what are you doing and hiding in the bushes? You're 40?
No, I was 18 at the time, dickhead.
Okay.
And we were at some building. I don't know where we were.
Usually in a building.
San Diego?
Yeah, San Diego State. The party was getting busted up for being loud. We were underage. And so they like had us sequestered in a room of an apartment. We need IDs. And then a fight broke out elsewhere in the apartment. They walked out.
The perfect distraction.
It was first floor, so this made it easy, but we opened the window, hopped out, and just fucking ran.
I think you're allowed to go if the cop leaves.
Agreed.
Now, don't quote me on that.
I don't know if the statute of limitations.
Were you under arrest? You're not under arrest.
I wasn't under arrest, yeah.
Am I being detained? Am I being detained? Am I being detained? He's not there to answer it.
I was being sequestered.
Yeah. I mean, have you ever run from the cops?
Are you fucking shitting me?
I don't know.
Hell no.
To America.
Run from the cops? I mean, have you ever courted death? No, I haven't. I've never been pulled over under the influence. It's funny. The only times I get pulled over late night driving, Old Town Scottsdale, somewhere like that, is always the nights where I didn't drink.
Yeah.
Have you had anything to drink? And I say no, and I hadn't, and I would feel so guilty. Like, oh, he's going to find out. He's going to figure it out. I'm like, figure out what? You haven't had a drink. But I'm like, I don't know.
What about other nights? Yeah.
So you've never had a drink before? Sorry, buddy. I listen to Cinephobe. I know better.
Cops love this show. I've heard that. Cops are huge.
Oh,
Cops
I love it. Yeah, we're big with cops.
Big cop show.
Isn't the speed limit 65? Yeah, it is. That's where they're headed. They're headed over the border to Canada.
For some French fries and gravy, sir.
Poutine.
Almost made it. He's like, are you okay? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
No, did you say yes, sir?
I think he said, yeah, sure.
What'd you say, man? He says, well, I said yeah, sure, but literally what I said was yeah, sure, sir.
Yeah.
So you are okay then? Yes, sir.
You smell something, Rabbit? Fear. Stoners drop the registration. They're arguing about his mom's going to kill him when they get back up from grabbing it. Thorny and Rabbit are back in the car. Pull up to the shoulder, just drive on by.
I love how they pass them on the outside.
Yeah.
I was just about to pull out my 9 and put a cap in that pig's ass.
It's 2001. What kind of music is that dude? I'm going to pop a cap in his ass.
That guy? Ooh.
Fish.
But it's Fish and it's clearly
Limp Bizkit.
I thought it was the Biscuit.
Is it Dr. Dre 2001?
Mm-hmm. 2001, that's what I was thinking about, yeah.
Yeah, he's got that CD in the wallet for sure.
Oh, CD wallets.
He goes to a liberal arts college in Vermont, so there probably is some Fish.
Right.
I bet there's also some like Roscos. I bet he's listening to some militant black rap and he thinks it's okay. You know what I mean?
Nature of the Threat.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a little Nature of the Threat.
He knows every word to Craig Mack. It's like Craig Mack was underrated.
Shout out to 20CV, the CD wallet. Remember you get in someone's car and the first thing you would do, you would judge them. You would go to the wallet and peruse their collection.
All you needed to know was in that fucking wallet.
Yeah.
All you needed to know.
I hated the big binder one. I liked the small singular disc by disc. I didn't want to see pages of it.
Oh, you like the individual.
I didn't want to see a whole page and I have to scan up and down.
You're a Penguin original guy. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Don't like the big photo album one, and I don't like the visor one.
Oh, can't do the visor.
Oh, I had a visor one.
They're in there too tight.
No. There's a way to pack it where it's just right and it's easy to do. Yeah.
It's a frustrating pistachio. It's really hard to get the nut out.
I fucking hate pistachios. It's a garbage nut.
What?
It's your worst take.
Pistachios are disgusting.
No such thing.
It's your worst take. It's the best nut.
Oh, yo.
I mean, you mean to tell me there's no such thing as a garbage nut?
If there is, it's not pistachios.
Out of your mind.
A lightly salted pistachio, you open it, comes out. Oh, my God.
Perfect.
Green bullshit.
Perfect.
Terrible.
Pistachio nut. Red pistachio nut. Natural, all natural, white pistachio nut.
Squeals its tires in reverse, pulls up behind the stop car.
I'm already pulled over. I'm ready to pull over.
Pull over farther, man.
I can't pull it. Sir, I'm already pulled over.
He's already pulled over. He can't pull over any farther.
License and registration, please.
But I just gave you it, officer.
License and registration. You know how fast you were going?
65?
63.
I'm freaking out, man.
You are freaking out, man. You want to know why I pulled you over? Littering.
Officer, that's not ours.
Candy bars. Littering and... Littering and...
And,
Littering and...
Littering and, littering and,
Littering and... Littering and smoking the reefer.
Oh.
Now to teach you boys a lesson, Officer Rabbit and I are going to stand here while you three smoke the whole bag.
Please, no.
I love the "you are freaking out, man."
Man. Yeah, it's so good.
Officer, that's not ours. And the guy in the back just going, "Candy bar."
Yeah. His ears start wiggling. He's tripping his balls off.
He's completely ass off.
This movie, one of its powers, it almost hasn't maintained this the way some other movies has, but at the time, it was so fucking quotable.
So quotable.
Littering and. Just in this scene alone, we're about to get a few more. I just started writing down all the things that my friends and I said. You are freaking out. Man, the snozberries taste like snozberries.
Yep.
That's one of them.
He can't pull over any further.
And one we're going to get to in a second. You boys ever been to Mexico?
Yeah, and that's all from the opening scene.
All from the opening scene.
So as he's telling him to make him smoke the whole bag, a convertible Miata comes screaming by, yells "fucking pigs."
That Miata is so 20 CB.
Oh, man.
And we get the infamous gif of Jay going, "Mother of God."
Yeah.
I used to say "Mother of God" after everything when I saw this movie the first time.
Oh, yeah.
They pull out with the three stoners in the back of the cop car. They're in pursuit of the guy. He's got long hair. He's screaming randomly. He's just a lot of woo-hoo. Farva is doing dispatch, trying to get Unit 91 to respond.
They got that close up on his little shitty mustache.
Oh, yeah.
Gross. He's so gross in this movie.
Let me now put forward a theory.
Yeah.
And I might be over my skis here.
Okay.
I think you can trace the rise of fascism and totalitarianism in the United States of America over the last decade to the decline in quotable comedy movies aimed towards dudes in their mid to late teens, early 20s. I think a direct line can be made.
I'll buy that.
Because instead of yelling, "You boys ever been to Mexico?" or any of the other quotes from this, they are repeating back to each other in Reddit chat rooms, on 4chan, in Discords, whatever.
Parlor.
Instead, it's Jordan B. Peterson stuff, other shit like that. The thing that we would obsess over were these stupid, slightly inappropriate comedy movies.
Anchorman, Old School.
All that shit.
Wedding Crashers. Yep.
The Best Man.
Once that got taken away, once this way to communicate with each other was taken away, what filled that gap? What filled that gap? The far right.
Mm-hmm.
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 The far right.
On topic, can any of you guys drive stick?
No.
Yeah, easily.
You could drive stick for real?
Yeah, I drove a stick for, 10 years.
Was it Mazda Miata?
No, I learned on a 84 Honda Prelude.
Prelude? Oh,
it was the hardest car to shift.
They didn't make the Prelude with anything less than 180,000 miles.
No. It came out of the factory 180,000. They just had it on a treadmill, just running that odometer.
With like a couple cigarette burns on the console, yeah.
And I went from that to an automatic Ford Ranger.
The pickup truck?
Yeah, I don't want to brag. It had a camper shell. And then to an 01 Honda Civic, which was the easiest car to shift by far. I could be in San Francisco on hills. I could easily drive that thing.
Shifting sticks left and right, huh?
Sometimes 2 at a time.
Stickman.
Yeah, I'm a stickman.
Stickman from way back.
They're in pursuit. Foster climbs out of the creek. He's been fishing. That's why he's not in his cop car. He's got a dummy sitting in the front seat. And as he's trying to get the dummy out of the driver's seat, it's leaning out the window. The Miata screams by and knocks the head off. Now he's in pursuit too. The stoners are screaming. The Miata pulls off the highway. He gets out, runs into a bar. Thorny and Rabbit run after him, and it's Mac in a wig. They can't believe they got.
He's waiting with 4 shots lined up on the bar. They all holster their guns that they ran in with their guns drawn.
He says, "Mac, I'm going to pay you, but I shouldn't because I knew it was you the whole time." He says, "Don't lie in front of the rookie. It sets a bad example."
He does shots like Ty Lawson.
Jesus Christ.
I've told the story.
He's got a problem.
Ian, I told the guys the story that I went to Bungalow in Santa Monica.
Yeah.
This is a few years back. And I at the bar, I'm trying to get a drink. You know, it gets crazy in there or whatever. And I see Ty Lawson there. Just give him like, I know who you are, but I'm not going to bother you. And he kind of gives me the head nod back.
Yeah.
The bartender comes up and he's just pouring shots of tequila and put them on this tray. And I'm like, oh, wow, that's real cool of Ty Lawson, man. Not only is he getting the shots, but he's like, I'm going to get them for the table. Don't worry.
Yeah.
And he takes the tray and he turns around. Does shots just like Steve Lemmy, the entire tray right there.
Wow.
The way I compared it is every basketball player up until a certain level is like the best basketball player in their peer group.
Yeah.
And then one day you play against a guy who's going league and you're like, oh, fuck yeah, I'm nowhere near. That's how I felt. I felt humbled in his presence.
Yeah. This guy's a fucking volume shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, 4 or 5 in a row like that?
6, I think. It was just like, whoop, whoop, whoop. No sour face, no like inhale.
At my peak, I could maybe do 3.
I think I could do 3.
Back to back to back like that?
Yeah.
Can't do that, man.
That's a goal-oriented drinker.
I don't require like a chaser or a lime anymore. You just got to grin and bear it.
Everything in there has just been stripped bare, right?
It's nothing but sandpaper in there at this point.
Yeah, it's a kill room.
Mm-hmm. It is. He asks Foster where his shoes are. He says, what are you, the shoe police now?
I am.
Oh, so it's a really funny line.
And you owe me 20 laps around the bar.
Says your black magic only works on the rookie. Says that's brown magic. Rabbit pays Mac 2. Wants to know when he gets to do that stuff. He's eager to prank. Mac downs the 4 shots. He does a little jump kick.
That's a lot of booze.
They make Rabbit pay for it. And then Farva keeps asking if they need assistance. They just tell him to shut up. We get the kid out back saying,
the snozberries taste like snozberries.
Tripping balls, licking the glass in the back of the cop car.
Willy Wonka.
Reference.
Then we hear gunshots. Matt comes running out in his wig.
You boys like Mexico? Yeah!
Throws in reverse and doing donuts in the dirt lot. We get the title card, Super Troopers.
Oh, that's a cold open, boys.
What a fucking way to start your movie.
Mm-hmm.
When this aired at Sundance and that's how they got distribution and everything, can you imagine you're sitting there and these like college kids have made this movie? I know they have some funding and stuff like that, but fuck, man.
Yeah.
What a punch in the mouth.
Seeing their title card and how rudimentary their graphics were.
Oh, yeah.
Really brought me back into, oh, this is the beginning of this shit.
This is low budget all the way. Beer Fest looks like a cinematic masterpiece compared to this.
It looks like Star Wars.
Yeah.
The budget was insane.
We're at a diner. Max says, 1, 2, 3, do it. And Thorny and Rabbit are chugging syrup bottles, which just made me gag.
The look on Rabbit's face,
yeah.
His eyes are so wide.
His eyes are bugging.
What's the worst food liquid you could chug?
Well, hot sauce, but I think it's syrup.
Syrup would be awful.
Isn't milk the worst?
No, milk's easy.
I could chug a glass of milk.
Not a glass of milk. I'm talking about a bottle like that.
That's nothing.
The dense stickiness of maple syrup, you'd have to actually work to get it out of the bottle and down your throat.
Yeah.
I once, in trying to proclaim my love for Polynesian sauce from Chick-fil-A, I said, oh, I love it. I could just drink it. And someone said, so go ahead and do it. I'm like, what? Yeah, go ahead. Here's a Polynesian sauce. And I said, sure, because I love the way it tastes. I opened it and just that little packet, the grossest shit ever, man.
Yeah.
Turns out
it's too much.
It's way too much.
It's a dipping sauce, not a chugging sauce.
Yeah.
I mean, it's right there in the name.
But even trying to drink that little amount, which is less than a shot glass.
You couldn't do syrup.
Oh, yeah.
It's changed as I've gotten older. When this movie first came out, the idea of chugging a bottle of maple syrup, I'm like, yeah, I could do that. Now, when I think about what that would do to my blood sugar and the way my brain would just like fucking shut down, no, absolutely not.
Science had to go and get involved and ruin your fun, Ian.
Yeah.
The inside of your body would look like that scene from Ghostbusters where the EPA shuts them down and then all the lights go red and fucking basement explodes.
Thorny crushes him. He says one of the most quotable parts of this movie, I am all that is man. I used to say that shit all the time. Makes him finish the bottle.
See, there you have it. You're doing it all wrong. Open your throat, relax the jaw. Don't forget to cup the balls. Never gonna win with those thin little bird lips you got there. This guy's got these big old powerful lips. Am I correct, Thorn?
So much of my authority is derived from my power right here. And he kisses at him. Foster shows up. He's hitting on Ursula, who is out of syrup, and they're out of syrup. She says, why couldn't they chug ketchup?
Good thing you didn't order hash browns. I mean, if they had been chugging catsup.
I love that he says ketchup.
How crazy is it that Heinz basically made us all change the way we spell ketchup?
Oh, yeah.
Hunt's is still like, no, fuck you. It's ketchup.
Catsup.
Hunt's is disgusting.
Really? You can tell?
Yeah, I can tell.
I can't tell.
Zach's doing ketchup tasting.
I chug ketchup once a week.
Ketchup chugger. Feels like you shouldn't say that.
That sounds like a slur.
Feels like you shouldn't say
ketchup
chugger.
chugger. Yeah,
there's Ian's racism coming back out.
There's the racism.
Fucking ketchup chugger. I should have fucking known.
All the highway patrol walks up to a table of regular local cops.
Ah, waiter. There you are. I will have the enchilada platter with 2 tacos and no guacamoles. Smee?
Yeah, Chief. I'll take a chinchilla.
Michael Weaver back again. Rabbit doesn't get it, and Thorny explains that they think he's Mexican. You're not Mexican?
Other highway cop. What are you guys multiplying? Just said the cop who says, yeah, they can't figure out which hole to stick it in. Gets hit with an empty bottle of syrup. He starts to get up. Max says, sit back down. And then as he sits back down, he hits him again with the bottle of syrup. Good arm on him.
Yeah.
That's good accuracy.
The other cop calms down pretty easy for having a bottle thrown at him.
Yeah, he really does.
It's probably because his ass is on, because he's not a very good actor.
He's pretty bad, yeah. Captain O'Hagan, a.k.a. Brian Cox, a.k.a. Logan Roy.
Logan Roy. I was shocked. I was like, what?
That's a major actor.
I was watching this with my wife, and I was like, I think that's because it'd been forever. The last time I saw this, Brian Cox held less real estate in my heart and soul. I was like, I think that's the dad from Succession. And she was like, no, it's not. As though he would never appear in this movie. But fucking there he is, dude. The voice of McDonald's himself.
The weird thing is, the dude was like in the Royal Shakespeare Company.
Yeah.
He was doing stage in London. And now you're doing Super Troopers? Like at that point, he must have thought, man, I might have to give up on this dream, right?
I mean, he came right off of Rushmore playing a pretty similar character, which was also a super indie movie. So I think he was just hitting the indie movie circuit.
Yeah.
Signing up for good scripts.
But this shit ain't Rushmore. Come on, man.
I'm not saying it was, but Rushmore came out of nowhere as well.
I know, but like reading the script, there's no way he read this like, this is kind of like that other indie movie I did that blew up. I mean, it blew up, but not quite the same way.
The Scottish are giving people. Like, he probably just wanted to help these guys out. That's what we do.
Or he was drunk.
Yeah, well, we're also that.
You know what I mean? Fuck off. Fuck off.
He walks in, he breaks up a little wrestling match between the two groups of officers.
Cut it out, you turkeys.
Apologizes to Grady.
These boys get that syrup in them. They get a little antsy and they're pantsy. They just can't keep them under control.
You should keep these dogs on a leash, John.
That's such a funny line. These boys get that syrup in them.
That he would know that too. I love that he would just know that they've been chugging syrup.
Oh, this isn't the first time.
Back to HQ. Rabbit singing some song as a part of hazing.
Farva comes around the corner hot. Sup, Bone Diddleys? Did I miss the song?
Even 20 plus years later, I'm so uncomfortable watching him.
Farva?
He makes me feel so uncomfortable.
Yeah, he's perfect.
Yeah, he's so good.
The small touch of having him chew gum constantly in every scene.
Popping that gum.
Perfect.
Did I miss a song? Sing it again, rookie biatch. We don't say biatch anymore, you know?
You don't know what I do in my personal life.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. I'm sorry. As Farva sits down, Captain readjusts his gun on the desk, points it at Farva, says he forgot the coffee. He gets up to go get coffee. Captain says they've narrowed it down to 3 places they're going to possibly shut down. Keep the numbers low. They'll get the big ugly axe. Local cops will bust heads on the highway for him. Grady and his goons know, and then Farva interrupts. Who wants cream? Nobody?
The way he pokes his head out.
Okay, no cream.
He's so optimistic and just enthusiastic about this bullshit.
Foster only issued 3 tickets last week. He says, I can't make them speed.
Try hiding.
And grow a goddamn mustache, why don't you?
He hasn't shaved in 2 weeks. He's no Ian Karmel.
No, sir.
Farva comes in with a tray of coffees. All the cups have names written on them. Mac almost grabs the one for Rabbit. It says stupid rookie on it. Says, no, that's Rabbit's. Rabbit pulls a bar of soap out of his cup.
Oh, look, a bar of soap.
Oh, shit, I got you good, you fucker.
Awesome prank, Farva. Better than the crap you pull, Mac.
Oh, my God, your heart. You hate him, but your heart goes out.
Yeah.
Okay, did he ever make varsity? He didn't, right?
No.
No. That's a JV mentality.
He's a big dude.
He was the team manager.
That is a JV-ass, team manager-ass dude.
Mm-hmm.
But he's big. He has the body that you think, like, surely this guy on whatever small-scale Vermont high school could have played offensive guard, but no way.
No.
That is the energy of a man who never made varsity.
The other O-linemen just didn't like him, so he didn't make the team.
No way.
Look, fellas,
Bite it, Rook. Make him look like a dick.
every Thursday night I walk into the lodge to play hearts. And they always have my old-fashioned just waiting there. I like that. I like it here. Oh, hell! Give me the goddamn soap! We got 50 miles of highway here. That stretch of highway is ours, and I'll be damned if I'll let Grady and those buttheads get their hands on it.
You ever eaten soap before?
Yes.
Remember washing your mouth out with soap? That was a big thing.
A Christmas Story.
I did that to myself to sort of make myself impervious to it, where I would put soap in my mouth, and I'm like, this isn't bad.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
The old Princess Bride trick, right? You had the iocane.
Princess Bride did it.
Thorny is the ranking officer. Captain's trying to motivate them. Says, Farva, your suspension continues. Hit the radio. Foster and Max see local cops have someone pulled over on the highway. They pull up and Mac goes, "You guys forget what color your car is?" Well, bye. They drive off. Max suggests a cat game to Foster. Thorny did 6, but he thinks Foster can do 10.
And guess who's in the car? It's Jim Gaffigan.
Jimmy Gaffigan.
All right, meow. License and registration. Hurry up, meow.
I love in this whole scene that Mac, you can just see his torso through the window. He's just laughing the whole time.
And he's keeping count with his fingers. Something funny here, boy? No.
All right, meow, where were we?
I'm sorry, are you saying meow?
Am I saying meow?
Mac goes, I'll give that one to you, but not so much.
I think that's smart. I think that one definitely counts.
It has to count, yeah.
I think he could have milked it for a little more. Am I saying meow? Why would I say meow? I'm not saying meow.
I thought you...
Don't think, boy. Meow, do you know how fast you were going? Meow, what is so damn funny?
I could have sworn you said meow.
Do I look like a cat to you, boy? Am I jumping around all nimbly-bimbly from tree to tree?
No.
Am I drinking milk from a saucer?
No.
Well, do you see me eating mice? Now, you stop laughing right now.
Yes.
Meow, I'm gonna have to give you a ticket on this.
But...
No buts, Meow. That's the law. Not so funny, Meow, is it?
Jim Gaffigan, ahead of the game, because he looked 41
yes.
in this movie.
That's the secret, Ian. That's the secret.
And now he just looks the same.
Yep.
Go bald early. Go gray early. The Steve Martin, the Jim Gaffigan. Get it out of the way, because now he looks the same age. A little fatter.
It's tough that I've looked 20 since I was 20, you know? It's just tough.
I feel like you've looked 20 since you were 12, dude.
Yeah, I really have.
Yeah.
20 what?
Some people have that youthful exuberance, and that's what I embody.
Mm-hmm.
Exuberance is not the word I associate with you.
Like a stallion?
Yeah, it's a youthful exuberance, like a young college man running from the cops.
Mm-hmm.
No.
That's the vibe I give off.
Straining a hamstring in the process.
Oh my God, yeah, Jesus.
Ah.
My hip is all out of place now.
Foster thinks he got it. Max waving the 9 fingers at him, so he goes back and says, meow!
Back to headquarters, Rabbit's washing the squad car. Farva walks up.
Thanks for washing my car, Rook. Know what this is?
It's a chamois cloth.
Ha! Lucky guess. I just lost a buck to myself.
He gets oils on his hands from the chamois cloth. Rabbit says he heard something funny about how Farva got suspended, something about a school bus full of kids.
Oh, you heard that, did you? Let me tell you another funny story. New Jack. Back in 74, the great Charlie Rich was named Country Musician of the Year. Then in 75, he had to hand the award off to the new one. And you know who that was? Mr. Sunshine on my goddamn shoulders, John Denver.
Can you believe it? Replaced by John fucking Denver.
Well, I'll be damaged if Mr. Rich didn't pull out a cigarette lighter right there and light that award on fire in front of everyone. Do you get it?
You're saying you're going to set my country music award on fire?
Saying when my suspension's up, you better watch your ass.
Are you going to light my ass on fire?
So he takes out a cassette tape and burns that.
20th century right there.
They get in each other's face and he says, oh, you smell great.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you smell pretty. Thorny walks in, hates to bring up the honky convention. Let's clip that for the next time Amin addresses us on the pod.
Hey, I hate to break up the honky convention, but we got a 1092.
Says, you want to take this one, Rod? Hell yeah. I bet you do. I love that he slides way off the car.
Nice wax job, Brooke.
I've always wanted to slide on a car. Have you guys ever done that?
I have. It's not that exciting.
For fun?
No, Ian.
I don't know.
For work.
You could have been getting away from somebody.
I was in hot pursuit. It was me and TJ Hooker.
Did you do it where you like, I'm going to go out and slide on this car hood just to see what all the hubbub's about?
Yeah. It's like sliding down a banister.
I love sliding down a banister.
20 CB. No one does that anymore.
Yeah.
That used to be a big thing in movies and TV shows. The cool kid comes down the banister. Shit.
They don't have banisters anymore.
No, there are banisters everywhere. What are you talking about?
No, they took them all out.
Roger Bannister.
Broke the 4-minute mile.
Look it up.
Legend.
Rabbit sprays Farva with the hose before getting in the car. They pull up to a Winnebago. Local cops already there.
Holy shit, it's a cool Winnebago. Rabbit, put your game face on.
They open the door. There's a dead one with a leash and a chain and a dog food bowl. Grady says take a walk. The investigation's underway. They slap Rabbit's hand every time he's starting to touch the dead body.
Don't touch the crime scene, rodent.
Notices a Johnny Chimpo tattoo on the corpse. Chimp with a wide brim hat. The pants are down and it's jacking off its dick.
It's a banana dick.
I think it's ejaculating mini bananas.
The dick itself is a banana. It's peeling back and then it's also squirting out little bananas.
This is the type of analysis you come to Cinephobe for.
Mm-hmm.
They hear noise in the door of the Winnebago. The partition's rattling. They open it and a pig comes flying out of there. They get out of the Winnebago. Tony composes himself. I love it. He goes, glamour pet. Mac and Foster pull up. Mac says, sound like you got a hog problem. Watch out. Be careful, Mac. He's angry. He says, he's angry, and he goes in after the pig.
Well, hello.
They argue about whose crime scene it is.
Jurisdiction, yeah.
Did you guys get shut down already?
Why do cops give a shit about jurisdiction like that?
Numbers.
If I were a cop, I think I would want all the crimes to be outside of my jurisdiction. So I could just say, look, we're so safe. They got all the murders and shit.
And you get shut down pretty fast.
Then you get defunded.
Well,
This is the original Defund the Police movie.
Yeah, it is.
Vermont on the cutting edge of this stuff, yeah.
Yeah, Vermont has always been ahead of defunding the police.
They would be.
Bernie Sanders.
Mac comes out of the Winnebago bleeding from his mouth. He's lost the fight with the pig.
You're a bust. You know there's a dead chick in there?
Move it, ram and shit. We got to fight. Max kicking ass, finally gets broken up. Everyone's detained except for Thorny and Ursula.
They're trading hostages at the end. I love that.
I'll give you the fat guy for Foster, and how about that stupid guy for Rabbit? So you're going to have to be more specific. They're both kind of fat and stupid. Grady wants everyone loose. They cut loose. Grady says it's their crime scene. Thorny doesn't agree. The pig's going nuts inside, so he gives it up.
Ah, fuck it. You deal with the hog.
Go back to the station. We hear shaving cream. Captain walks in on Foster, Mac, and Thorny in the locker room. Well, so what's wrong with them? Why'd they give up that murder? Why'd they get into a battle royale? There's a newspaper headline that says Highway Patrol out of control.
Exposition.
Captain says they want him to blow it. Can't believe they gave up the murder.
Christ, we look like a bunch of pussies.
And as he walks out, Rabbit's covered in shaving cream.
Guess I gotta take a shower then.
I would have never thought of that, covering someone with shaving cream. Silly string I would have done. Silly string also used to be a big thing.
Oh, yeah.
I miss silly string.
Towel snapping used to be a big thing.
Oh, I was such a good towel snapper.
Yeah.
All-timer.
Hanging with the boys.
All boys, Catholic high school. Are you kidding me?
Playing a little grab ass.
Yeah, playing a little grab ass.
Yeah.
Snapping shit. Oh, man.
Elephant walk sometimes in there. Yeah. Just you and the boys, huh?
Just me and the boys.
Get real soaped up and just impromptu wrestling match.
Yeah, just wrestling with each other naked, you know?
Greco-Roman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take it back to the old school.
Yeah. Really pin them down.
The island of Lesbos.
No, it was all guys.
I just showered at home.
I did too.
Really?
I was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
All right, I'll see y'all later.
Really?
Yeah.
It's the end of the day. It's not like I got to go back to class. My day's over.
Right. I didn't want to see like Keith's dick. You know what I mean?
Oh, Keith had a hog, man.
I know, but I didn't need to know that.
Yeah.
Football was only a small part of my day. I also had to just sit in English class with these guys. I don't want to sit in there like dissecting a separate piece, knowing what Keith's hog looked like.
It would have brought a lot more meaning to the text, though.
Keith, what do you and your uncircumcised penis think about the fountainhead?
You're going to need a lot to dissect that thing, man.
Yeah.
It was a real elephant trunk.
Keith, you have a very veiny ball sack. Would you mind helping me with this sort of essay on the Treaty of Tortoisai?
Well, this is an awkward transition. Cut to a Little League game.
Yeah. Hey.
Local cops on one side, Highway Patrol on the other. Thorny's the manager. A kid strikes out. Thorne's hippie girlfriend saying he could stick around, get another job if they shut him down.
A lot of exposition going on here.
She's got a knitted bikini top. That is hippie 101 right there.
Oh, yeah.
He says, yeah, retired cop goes to work for his hippie girlfriend in her head shop. Too sitcom, darling.
What the fuck is a head shop?
It's what they used to call a bong shop, tobacco, water pipes, you know?
Their son is up. They've got a kid, in case you didn't know they were together. Locals give a signal to the pitcher, and he's just throwing at Arlo, the kid, just trying to hit him with the pitch. I love that.
If you wanted to take some time out of this movie, which I'm not saying you need to, you could remove the whole hippie girlfriend subplot.
Yeah.
Doesn't need to be in there.
She exists solely for exposition purposes.
Yeah.
In order to put stakes into Thorny's life. The idea that if this shuts down, I have to move.
There's enough stakes. They're going to shut down the community center.
There are enough women in this movie. We don't need it.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Foster goes and stalks Ursula at the concession stand.
Yeah, speaking of enough women in this movie, you mean the one woman? Ursula?
Yeah.
Hey, Charlie's Angel.
1 millionth person say that to me.
What do I win?
Wins a snow cone.
Hope I don't get brain freeze.
So listen, I had a really good time in that Winnebago fight the other day. We can do it again sometime. He's trying so hard to flirt with her. She says he can slug her back if he wants, and she closes her eyes and hold his snow cone, and just then a foul ball comes and hits her right in the chin, and she smashes the snow cone into his head. Foster comes back to the stands. He points at the local cops. A massive cotton candy is delivered to Rando.
Rando, by the way, with the sunglasses on and that handlebar mustache, looks like Seth Rogen.
Oh, I can see it. Yeah.
No.
Yes. See?
No, he looks nothing.
Yes.
Ian's being a nice person here.
No, he's not. He looks like Seth Rogen.
A little bit.
See, Ian's doing yes and. That's what's happening. He's unaware of your no but philosophy.
College improv.
Give it a try, guys.
Ian, you have no idea that Amin believes in no but. He doesn't believe in yes and. He believes in disagreeing with everything and then going with his own thing.
There's a whole unexplored level of improv of no but.
After hearing everyone talk about Eva Mendes on the Man on Fire episode, I don't think anyone here believes in no but.
Oh,
I believe in but.
I'll go get the Emmy. Whether or not this man looks like Seth Rogen.
He does.
The dude behind him comes in off the bench and hits a bunch of threes. Move that gigantic cotton candy. It's so funny.
Pink stick, eat it or lose it.
Pink stick.
And then he just shoves it in its face. He's like, how's the view from sugar heaven, bitch?
He's so funny. Just some dude. He's in the movie. I bet that guy's like a real estate agent now.
We go to Spurbury Police Headquarters. Ursula working the desk. Foster shows up looking for Grady. He's got an important file. Turns out there's nothing in there.
So you're originally from Vermont or what?
The worst game.
He really does have the worst game.
They really run it into the ground too. This is another plot line that goes on for quite a long time.
He starts bragging about their cells, 8x8. Theirs are 9x9. No big deal.
She doesn't date cops. I'm a civilian trapped in a cop's body. Heard you can get an operation for that.
You miss out on all the wacky things you highway guys do. He says, yeah, the stories about us are mostly lies, except for the one pulled over by AC/DC's bus. They flew us to Jamaica to party with them. That's true. Says it's pretty boring. She says she wouldn't know. She's got to get him out of there before she gets fired too. He says, I'm not getting fired. I'm getting shut down. There's a big difference. Then he just walks right into the bars. Cut to Mac and Foster driving, giving local cops the finger. Foster mentions the cops are speeding. They call in the license plate to Farva.
Tijuana. I love their military alphabet. I completely believe they ad-lib.
Yeah.
Tijuana, Gringo, 1-5-0.
That belongs to a local Spurbury police vehicle. He says, oh my God, it does. Very funny, 91. Semi-truck skips the weigh-in. You don't weigh in, you don't wrestle. They see the locals pull up alongside the truck, then speeds off. They pull him over, and Mac asks Foster if he wants to do the repeater.
And this is the part where I said, is this movie just a bunch of memorable scenes?
Yes, it is.
That's all it is.
All right.
There's not a lot of through line to it. It all flows and makes sense.
The through line is that they're going to get shut down.
There's one stake. It's a bunch of comedy sketches put together, which is kind of like a grand tradition, right? Like Caddyshack. What's that?
Right.
What is that movie?
There's a golf course.
There's a golf course. Yeah. What if something funny happened? Any comedy could have just been, what if something funny happened at X? Most of them. You know what I mean? Porky's like, what if something funny happened at a high school?
Right.
What if something sexist happened at a high school? That also could be substituted there. This is, what if something funny happened at a small community police station?
Right.
What are the funny scenes we could build into that?
What if there were hijinks with the highway patrol?
Right.
What if they didn't take their job seriously?
The plot sucks. What's the comedy with the best plot?
Horrible Bosses.
Horrible Bosses.
Horrible Bosses too.
Wedding Crashers, that's not like a good plot. You know what I mean?
No.
And Wedding Crashers falls off once they leave the house.
Oh, hard. Yeah.
I like that part because his life falls apart and shit.
I'm reading Don't Kill Myself books. You said it was a gift. I may have perused it.
I mean, that's when Will Ferrell comes in to save the movie as Chad.
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's humming at such a high level all the way through to that point. And then the plot falls apart and they end the movie rather abruptly.
I like that this guy is just big and they like taken aback by how big this dude is.
He looks like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
With another massive handlebar mustache. And mustaches continue to pepper this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go, Mr. Gallicanocus. You heard him. Let's go, Mr.
Gallinocum.
They open up the back and he says, okay, silly dilly dokio, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, you are.
Driver slams the door. He locks him in. He says, time to stop now, Mac. It is time to stop now, Mac. 2 hours later.
And that was the second time I got crabs.
Thorny and Rabbit show up. They open it up. I use this line forever whenever I walk into a room with friends. It stinks like sex in here.
Yeah.
They got distracted by someone doing the repeater. That'll happen.
They all say that will happen together.
Thorny tells them they're fishing the guy's car out of the lake right now, and Rabbit immediately ruins the joke and says they parked it across the street. Thorny can't believe it. He's ass off there. Next time, take a deep breath, pull your heads out of each other's asses. Thorny opens a soapbox, pounds of weed come out.
Johnny Chimpo Reefer.
Do cops really carry switchblades with them at all times to cut into possible drugs?
I think you have to.
I bet they have like utility knife, like a Leatherman situation.
David Leatherman.
They build a stinky pyramid. They've got a photo op going on right now.
Should have built a stinky igloo and climbed in.
Rabbit says that's a lot of pot. And Farver says, think back to your tour days with the dead rabbit.
Better lock this shit up, huh, buddy? Rabbit gets nervous.
And then I'd forgotten that this came from this movie, but Thorny's sitting at a desk.
Enhance. Enhance. Enhance.
Just print the damn thing.
Oh, God, it's so good.
Yeah.
Golden Dumpster nominee.
It's a picture of Gallicanocus. It's a fake name, fake license, fake soap company.
Fake like decorative soap. I laughed at that.
Got 150 kilos of marijuana, no arrest, got nothing.
20 CB, 150 kilos of marijuana being, oh my God.
Kilos.
Was Leon Lett the one that had it?
Yep.
Good for him. Well, I guess not. Rabbit has a theory. Bales of pot have the same Johnny Chimpo sticker on them as the lady's tattoo. Lots of drug dealers use to mark their brand.
Where'd you learn that, Chief? Drug school.
Where'd you get that joke? The toilet store?
Captain asks if the bag they pull off those college kids had the same sticker. Rabbit slyly looks down to his pocket like, no, I don't believe it did. And Mac just looks him up and down like, what the fuck?
I love Brian Cox. What's the significance of this John Chimpo fella?
John Chimpo.
John Chimpo.
Cheaper Afghani knockoff of a cheap Japanese cartoon. It's this monkey that basically travels around the world doing nasty things. His butler tries to keep him in line, but
no.
Is that what they do in Arabia, Thorny?
How the hell should I know? Captain's going to talk to Grady about looking into the Winnebago. At one point, Foster and Mac are taking pics with the weed.
Wait, we're skipping over Afghanistan animation?
Oh, that's right. It's Afghanistanimation.
They were definitely stoned joking around talking about Japanimation.
Yeah.
Which we used to call anime. Japanimation. And they thought Afghanistanimation. And then they're like, we have to put that into something we do.
the joke is definitely constructed out of the punchline on that one.
Yeah, they built it backwards.
I think they wrote the whole movie around that.
Also, head of the time on Afghanistan.
This was made before 9/11. Absolutely.
Prescient.
Because there's a Taliban joke in there, and I had to stop and look. I was like, is this post invasion of Iraq? But I'm like, that was damn near 2002.
No,
wow, they really called their shot.
Shout out to the poli-sci teachers at Colgate University.
Mayor Timber shows up once in on the photo op.
This guy's very ass on. Wants to hold the gun.
They toss him the shotgun. Grab it and go, spread it on.
Spread it on.
Ass off for Foster in the background, who for one of the shots does the
token up, the poses.
Yeah.
That mayor, that dude fucks. Dudes who look like that.
He's like a dollar store Chris Merloni, right?
Yeah, that guy's a dollar store Chris Maloney. He's like a big, in shape, kind of balding guy. That guy fucks.
But the balding that isn't a detriment, right?
No, it's virile.
I realized this the other day. White people can pull off the cul-de-sac with the shaved, like it's not a clean bald.
Certain ones, yeah.
I don't know of anyone black who does that and is allowed to be cool.
Sam Jackson.
No, he bicks.
His is a full bald.
But he's done it in roles before and it doesn't look like, oh, he looks weird. He could do it full time and he would be fine.
I don't know. He looks weird in Jackie Brown.
He does look weird in Jackie Brown.
That's too much hair.
That's a ponytail. Yeah.
Yeah, it's too much hair.
Cool little ponytail.
Ponytails and cocktails. Ponytails and cocktails. Two things that will always rock.
He definitely fucks. I'm with that.
I always thought LeBron should let himself go full horseshoe and play it out.
Man, I don't know.
How it is now isn't working for him, so why not?
Well, I mean, actually, it's gotten a lot better in the last couple of years.
Yeah, I wonder what happened.
Technology made advancements.
He went back for seconds.
Whatever HGH he's been shooting up added that feature.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Hair growth hormone, right?
Yeah. Hair growth hormone. Yeah.
No, it's Zag pedals for $10 off.
Oh, liquid collagen, man. Liquid gold. That's what we call it. DM me for more information. Governor's going to come through and he's going to try to talk to her. That's the whole point of that scene. Cut to Rabbit and Thorny driving with Arlo and his friend in the back.
Also ahead of its time is Thorne and Bobby's open relationship.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are going out, but you sleep with other people? Well, I mean, yeah, not really. Kinda. Sort of a long story, all right?
Ask Arlo, hey, does mom ever have friends over? Any older boys?
Anyone you maybe call Uncle?
Like Uncle Fred? Uncle Fred? Who's Uncle Fred?
He's this crazy bird on TV.
Edit that whole storyline right out of the movie.
A Porsche speeds by them. They pull it over. There's techno music blaring.
And this song is Beady Bodie Beady Boo by Bubbles. And they played it in Beer Fest. They play it all the time. They love this song.
German passenger, German driver. She shows Rabbit her underwear. She's just sitting there. He's having a hard time concentrating.
This is definitely Louis Pinnock nomination for both of them.
He says, I'm so used to driving on the Autobahn.
That was the line that did it.
They're speaking German to each other, saying yummy, yummy.
Very sexual cinematography here.
Very sexual, yeah.
It's showing like the panty line and the leg, like right there and everything.
I had to pause it.
That's not a panty line. That is a full-fledged 20 CB pair of panties.
Full panties, yeah. But it's showing where the panty starts with the leg and the leg wrinkles. For a movie that's very sophomoric and stupid and fratty and everything.
It's a very sensual shot.
They're sensual.
Jay took his time with this one, yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Those are sensual shots.
They say Rabbit looks like Sean Cassidy.
Yeah.
You know why I pulled you over? Because we were driving way too fast. Yeah. Can't afford another ticket. Can they do something? Can he do something? Can his wife do something? Spanking, cuffing. What can they do?
Or maybe my wife.
Rabbit needs a minute. He stands back. She gets out of the car, walks over to him. He bends her over. He's frisking her. He's kissing her neck.
In the car, the German dude is aroused, nibbling on his finger.
Farva tells Thorny that the Porsche's stolen. Thorny walks over as Rabbit and the woman are making out. She says he can join too. The driver tries to tickle his crotch with a feather. He just has a giant feather now.
Big blue feather. He goes, tuku, tuku.
Cut it out. Rabbit tells her, wait a second. He needs to talk to his partner. He says, come on, I need this. He said, any other day I'd step in here, show you how to swing, but the car's stolen. You got to cuff her. They bring out the driver. The driver has zero cheeks. Arlo gets out of the cop car. They all yell at him to get back in the car. Rabbit goes to cuff her. He's kissing her neck. Kids on the PA. There is fucking chaos right now as Thorny is trying to pull everything back in.
Mm-hmm.
They get in the car. He says, why don't you go sit on Uncle Rabbit's lap? I don't think that's such a good idea, Thor.
Golden dumpster.
They never resolve why these people stole a Porsche.
No.
Or why it had to be stolen.
No.
Back at police headquarters, Smye is pissed at Ursula for no TP in the bathroom, but he has some stuck to his shoe.
Classic misogyny. My wife knows how to refill the TP. I'm not your wife, Smye, and if you were, I'd take you down a peg or two.
Smye just randomly says, hi, douchebag, and we find out that Foster's just sitting there. And Foster says, you know, if you were my wife, I'd massage your feet every night until you fell asleep. That's the best game he's had so far.
Yeah.
Grady and O'Hagan are discussing the corpse. ID on the girl is a Jane Doe. You know her?
Ha 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 ha.
O'Hagan mentions the tattoo and the weed stickers. Says, are you suggesting a cartoon monkey is bringing drugs into our town?
Cap doesn't respect Wood because Grady has to move the mug onto the coaster. And Cap knows he doesn't like him. He's just looking for a little cooperation.
Look, I know we don't like each other. He goes, I like you.
Yeah.
So Grady hops on the intercom. Can you round up Johnny Chimpo and Jerry Giraffe and Artie the Alligator and bring them in for a lineup? Thanks, sweetie.
Foster's still trying to put the moves on Ursula. She says she doesn't touch Highway Hog. Says, baby, I'm sizzle lean.
I've never heard of this product. It is scary to look at.
What is it?
It's fake bacon from the 70s and 80s that looks kind of like a crappy sausage patty. And the whole appeal was that it was 35% less fat than bacon, but still a crap ton of fat.
I don't like that.
Strange product.
I scratched your back, Bruce. I scratched it good and hard. Now, either you scratch my back or you're going to get my size 10 boot up your ass.
And this is my favorite line. I've used this in articles. I've used this all the time over the last 21 years.
Desperation is a stinky cologne, John.
That's such a great line.
It's so good.
Let's see. You are an expendable line item on a state spending bill. You have a station full of crappy cops. I am about this far away from having a bigger budget. Now, you come in here talking about monkey tattoos on some drunk lady's tit like it's a goddamn drug conspiracy? Keep your bags packed, John. Let us handle the real police work, huh? John, when you do get shut down, you come back, talk to me. I can always use a good meter maid.
I love the rivalry between the chief and the captain here. These old guys going at it.
Cut to Rabbit in a wig in the stolen Porsche. Farva's getting gas, free hot dog with 10-gallon purchase. His car stops at 9.1, so he just puts the rest in a trash can for a free hot dog.
20th century biatch pouring out gas for a hot dog.
You could buy a whole fucking store for 9/10 of a gallon.
That was $100 worth of gas he put in that trash can now.
Oh my God, I know.
And then he walks out with the hot dog. We hear techno music. He sees the Porsche speed by, and Mac is jacking off in his car at a speed trap.
Golden dumpster nominee. It reminded me of the frog in Beer Fest. The blipping noise gets faster and faster.
He's just looking at a picture of a woman blowing on dice.
He's just got the lips in the rearview mirror.
Yep.
That's all he needs. And he's going, ooh.
He's checking car speeds. He's checking how fast he's jacking off. He starts tying string around his neck to choke himself.
Autoerotic asphyxiation.
That's when Rabbit comes flying by.
He's up to 50 miles an hour, by the way.
That's some fast jacking right there. You gotta be careful. You'll jack your dick right off.
Right off.
In a bad way.
Right off.
You can't risk that.
No. Gentle grip if you're going that fast.
And the blowing of the dice, man.
Rabbit comes speeding by. Farva stops him in the car. He recognizes Rabbit. He's got him in cuffs.
Well, hello, Shirley.
We're back to Thorny's house. They're in underwear talking about moving. She doesn't want to. Arlo has friends where they are. Says, who? That creepy kid with the lisp? He's telling people not to jump on the bed. You think it's kids. Big reveal. It's the German couple.
Yeah.
They're out of jail.
Filmspars.
Gratuitits.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Hey, honey, it's almost Mitternacht, huh? Ugh. You really should be getting back to the jail. You don't want us turning into pumpkins, huh?
Mish, I'm not ready. I don't want to go yet. Lauren, can't they just stay a little longer?
All right.
Yeah.
Who wants a mustache ride?
Fun. I want one.
I do.
First time I heard about a mustache ride.
I think me too, yeah.
Does anyone else think it's weird that Lyft playfully makes fun of that shit with the pink mustache and all that?
Who wanted a mustache ride? Definitely a little weird, yeah.
Yo, I'm trusting you to take me somewhere and not murder me.
It seemed like the kind of thing where they did that and then they became like a bigger company and they were like, oh, shit. Ha.
You never banged in a Lyft?
Banging a Lyft? No.
Uber Black only.
Yeah.
You can't go back.
You need a wheelchair.
Ursula gets called to the station. Woman's voice says, man flashing people reported. Gives the address. It's the address of the station. He says, maybe you can see him right in front. Go look, I'll hold. And it's Foster in a trench coat with nude underwear on. He's flashing her.
He's so bulgy. He's like a moose.
Finally, we hear a shotgun cocked behind him. It's pointed at his back. We hear a deep voice say,
Not the whole thing. Freeze, motherfucker.
Oh, God. Please don't shoot me. I'm naked.
Drop your coat and grab your toes.
What?
I'm gonna show you where the wild goose goes.
Oh, this isn't happening. I'm a police officer. Ursula, help!
Baby, I'm gonna butter your bread.
it's Ursula with a voice modulator.
Film noir also. Louis Pinnock.
Suppose you got a pair of fresh underwear I could borrow.
They start making out. They go in the Winnebago. They break the bed to reveal more bags of chimpo weed. Back at Highway Patrol headquarters, O'Hagan's yelling at Rabbit. He's on radio duty now. Farva's riding with Thorny. Thorny can't believe it. O'Hagan's hands are tied. It's all over the police band. Rabbit could not have picked a worse time to do this. They have to inventory their equipment. That's a sign they're going to get shut down.
Balls are this close to the bandsaw.
He notices Mac's zipper is undone. What are you selling hot dogs, Mac?
Regular hot dog carton here.
Mac and Thorny talk about the new billboard. Casino La Fantastique?
Let me guess. You just fucked the mayor's wife and burned down City Hall, he says to Foster.
Do you want better, Cap?
Foster starts telling a lie of a story about walking to the station, minding his own business, something funny in the air. He needs to get into that Winnebago. He jimmies the door. He does some quick recon. No one's buying it. Something's not quite right with the bed. He found 10 huge duffel bags of weed. Captain rehashes the story. All that on a hunch, huh? He says,
I'll believe that when my shit turns purple and smells like rainbow sherbet.
What, you think I just grew this weed?
They want to know how he knew to look into the bed. He says it might have been my 6th, even my 7th sense. He says, Rabbit, a good cop really doesn't know why he does anything. Let's disregard that, Rabbit. Matt questions why he didn't call his partner. Thorny can't believe local police didn't know they had 100 keys of Chiba. O'Hagan thinks they have a chance here. Find Gallicanocus, find the soap company. Wants to be on their best behavior.
No more bullshit.
Grady's walking around like he's hot cheese soup.
Hey, Cap, you know I'm cool, but can't account for these white devils.
Captain tells Farva under pressure, count to 10, take 10 deep breaths if anything happens. Cut to the woods at night. Foster and Ursula fucking in the car. They get stuck in the back.
Yep.
They don't care.
They're gonna fuck anyways.
Cut to the station. Foster and Mac standing with Thorny. Mac has his eyes crossed, asking Thorny if they look like the two dumbest guys in the world. He's trying to get them to swap partners so they can have Farva.
Come on, Mac. You know you're always saying how funny Foster smells.
Farva walks in. He's ready to roll. Foster and Mac are going undercover. They can't take their car because the door's completely off from last night. Those little punks with the wrenches came by. They're going to try the Mac truck. They're both in costume. Neither of them knows how to drive it. It stalls out.
Says, who knew it was a stick?
Farva spit shines the passenger side mirror.
So gross, man.
And this is when Farva goes on a run.
Oh, man.
This is an incredible couple of scenes here.
Oh, yeah.
He grabs control of the movie here.
How about we pop a couple Viagra and issue tickets with raging mega huge boners?
Only you, Farva, can make a dark man blush. And no, we're not doing it.
Ah, hell. Hey, I came up with a great name for our car.
Oh, yeah?
Get this. You're Arcot Ramathorn, Ram, and I'm Rod Farva, Rod. Car Ramrod. Car Ramrod, you get it?
Yeah, I got it. Rabbit.
Say Car Ramrod.
I got a Plymouth Voyager
Say Car Ramrod.
Vermont plates. Hold on.
He holds up the sign that says Car Ramrod. You didn't say it. Oh, I forgot. I wrote it on the paper.
What's that? Foster and Mac do the thing where who can say pussy the most? Thorny corrects them. It was meow 10 times the driver. Who can say meow the most? You guys are real crazy. And look out for these guys.
I realize that may not sound as funny as I describe it.
Which is a very meta commentary on the scene.
I could say meow. I could say moo. For $20, I'll call the guy a chicken fucker.
And then he gets out of the car.
He sprints to this old couple.
And Thorne's going,
easy Rod. Easy Rod.
Easy Rod.
License and registration? Chicken fucker?
Oh, it's so funny.
More Cap and Chief Grady talking. I'm glad you called. Listen, I have Bobby the Baboon in lockup, and he says that for 20 bananas, he'll provide evidence that Johnny Chimpo is the pimp in charge of the Cartoon Network whorehouse.
They've got new evidence on the murder. They're not going to work together. Let me in on the investigation or I'll embarrass you. And Grady says, how embarrassed? Like naked in a dream embarrassed?
No, embarrassed like back in 77 when you got caught fucking your cousin embarrassed.
He just gives a beat and he's like, she's not my cousin. He hangs up.
Cut to Dimpus Burger. Can I take your order?
Oh my God. This might be my favorite scene.
Give me a double bacon cheeseburger.
Double bacon cheeseburger. It's for a cop.
Roger. What the hell's that all about? You gonna spit in it now?
No, I was just telling him that so he makes it good. Don't spit in that cop's burger.
Yeah, thanks.
Roger, holding his spit.
Give me a pie, apple.
Do you want me to hold the spit? Just kidding, Officer Farva. So, do you want to dip aside your meal for a quarter more?
Want me to punch aside your face for free? Now don't give me any lip.
It's just a quarter, and look how much more you get.
I said no!
It's just 25 cents.
Hey, listen, guy. He doesn't want it.
I can handle this, Ramathorn. I don't want it!
Right. Beverage?
Give me a liter of cola.
A what?
A liter of cola.
Liter of cola? Do we make liter of cola?
Well, you just order a large Farva.
I don't want a large Farva. I want a goddamn liter of cola.
I don't know what that is.
Liter is French for give me some fucking cola before I break Boo's fucking leg.
All right, relax.
I don't want a large Farva. I want a goddamn liter of cola.
That's another liter of cola is massively quotable.
Liter of cola. Farva sees spit his burger, eats it anyway.
Fuck it.
Feels like a real cop again. Thorny says it won't last. He asks Thorny what he's going to do when they get shut down, and he's just not listening.
He immediately cuts him off.
Yeah.
Starts talking to himself.
That's when I realized Amin is the Farva of podcasting.
Who gives a shit?
He's not even listening now.
What are you going to do with that $10 million? And you can't say buy the Cleveland Cavaliers. Oh my God, inflation.
Those were the days.
Says I'd buy a $10 million car.
That's a good investment.
But I pull you over. He's bullshit. You could never catch me. If you did, I'd activate my car's wings and fly away. So smart. Pulls a sticker off the cup. There's a hole in it. Cola comes out. He LeVar Arrington's the counter and just tackles the guy.
Damn it, you burger punk. You son of a bitch.
So good.
You said LeVar Arrington. I said Nick Fury.
Belly flops on the counter.
Shout out to Farva for doing a nude scene here.
Yeah.
That's confidence, man.
This is a question specifically for Ian Karmel. Ian, if cast in a movie that's going to be a hit, how comfortable would you be with a fully nude scene?
No, I don't think I'm showing dong. You relegate yourself.
Is there a number
$20
/ a caliber of movie? Like, for instance, if it's Scorsese and this is going to be the next kind of Goodfellas, And it's not comedic, like, oh, here comes Nakedy and Karmel. It's like
right.
a serious scene.
It would have to be a tasteful shot. It would have to be
leg up on a couch, kind of
drinking a beer.
It would have to be incidental dick, like the way you see.
You turn and you like briefly just kind of slides by the camera.
Right. It's a glancing dick. It's like Power of the Dog when you sort of see Benedict Cumberbatch.
The dick is doing this.
It's a whisper of a dick.
I'll show a whisper of a dick. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it for comedic reasons. I feel like Farva. I feel like you got Dr. Ken. You know what I mean?
What if it's a Scorsese movie, you have a prominent role in it.
Yeah.
It's a serious movie. It's a movie's going to win awards. But your scene is comedic and you're nude in it. So it's like Joe Gatto slipping and falling. Whoa! In the shower.
I'm not doing it. No, I'm not showing dick for laughs. That's my ace up my sleeve, dude.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, Ian's serious now. He's showing dick in Scorsese movies.
Yeah, it's not going to be some slapdick comedy.
Absolutely not. No.
I can't wait for this shit to happen for real. And then people will clip this little bit like, oh, he called it. He said he'll only show dick in a Scorsese movie. And then he did it.
Ian had a plan.
Yeah.
Ian had a fucking plan. That's my 10-year plan. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Well, I'll tell you what you'll be seeing in 10 years. It's not where I see myself.
A whisper of Ian's dick.
Yeah.
A whisper of my cock.
They're delousing him with powdered sugar.
Amazing.
This is delicious. Grady asks him his shutdown plans. He's trying to pump him for info on the murder. O'Hagan isn't cooperating. Governor's going to shut him down. Told him so. Could use a good officer like you. And he just says, can I go now? He wants to make a deal. And Farva, loyal at the time, says, I'm all highway. Grady cuts him loose. As he walks out, he says, hi, Charlie's Angel, to Ursula, just showing how bad that line was. Patrol's doing inventory. Thorny's telling them about Farva. How'd the undercover thing go? He says, not so good. Turns out this guy can't drive a semi. They're going to get high and watch Johnny Chimpo for clues. As they're doing it, O'Hagan is reviewing the footage from Dimpus, and you see Farva just shoving food into this kid's mouth, and he's throwing hamburger containers on him and everything. He's off the road.
Farva refuses to take accountability.
He says there was a time we could take a guy like you out back, beat you with the hose. Now you got your goddamn unions.
You know I'm anti-union, which is just a very funny little joke.
And you're banned from Dimpusburger, and he's more upset about that than anything.
Yeah.
German guys translating Chimpo cartoon to them. Messages remain true to the Taliban warlord.
Don't let the great Satan tempt you with the Western culture. Johannes Chimpo.
O'Hagan walks in. They try to cover. O'Hagan says, get that meatball back in the cage. Says, what'd you find out at the weigh station? My cruiser weighs 16,000 kilograms. Budget meeting says Farva screwed the whole thing up. They don't want to be lumped in with Farva.
But our shenanigans are cheeky and fun.
Yeah, I mean, his shenanigans are cruel and tragic.
Which makes them not shenanigans at all, really. Evil shenanigans.
I swear to God, I'll pistol whip the next guy that says shenanigans.
Hey, Farva. What's the name of that restaurant you like with all the goofy shit on the walls and the mozzarella sticks?
You mean shenanigans?
Oh.
You're talking about shenanigans, right?
Put those away!
Oh my God. Again, another very quotable. The funniest thing about this now to me is the way he holds out his gun to pistol whip him.
I also just love Farva's genuine excitement that anyone is talking about this place.
Talk about shenanigans?
Shenanigans?
Talking about shenanigans, right?
Rabbit walks back in. He's got lipstick all over his face. Thorny points to his face. He goes, I know you got those big, beautiful brown lips.
I didn't appreciate that the first time, that he would take the dude back to his cell. And when he comes back, he's got like... It's cartoonish, right? It's literally like Looney Tunes with the big lipstick marks all over his face.
O'Hagan says they're all looking for jobs. We cut to a restaurant. Ursula's dressed like a biker. Foster's dressed like a cyclist.
Ah, biker.
Grady thinks they have patrol by the balls. And they're going to devise a plan to get the governor to find that Winnebago weed. And maybe that could save the whole highway patrol department.
We'll work together like Cagney and Lacey. Well, Cagney and Lacey were women. That could be Lacey.
They're at a gun range. Mac is just in a belt with a metal cup protector.
Bulletproof cup. CCS Rockman bulletproofing is the tops.
He asked Thorny how he's shooting this morning, and everything's dead center except for one thing. And he says, what about that little fella? This little guy? I wouldn't worry about that little guy. Mac goes out there. Thorny shoots him in the cup. He flies back. Says, how you feeling, Mac? Good enough to fuck your mother.
Ask Mac if he still has that Halloween costume. Shoot him in the dick again. Rabbit puts it on. Cap shows up. Mac's just standing there. Bare ass, dick out. Bulletproof cup, eh? I invented this gag, Rabbit.
Back in my day, the rookie got naked.
Cap grabs the gun. They try to stop him. He shoots out the window. And we also use blanks. You're a sick motherfucker, Mac. Thanks, Chief.
They tell the captain the plan. Time for the governor party. Mayor Timber says their fate doesn't look good.
It's going down.
And Governor Wonder Woman walks in. Linda Carter.
Yeah.
Yeah, how about that?
Classic.
Shout out to Linda Carter.
What a random cameo. They must have loved Wonder Woman back in the day.
And she was gettable.
She doesn't want to be there.
What is this, Humane Society?
Mayor says to Mac he doesn't envy her because of the tough decision she has. He says, oh, I do. I'll be lucky to have a figure like her when I'm her age. I love Farva here. He's just going to get fucking shit-faced at this work function.
Open bar,
ain't it? 6 Schlitz is no Schlitz. Whatever's free.
Take it easy, Ron.
Open bar, dude.
I definitely thought that at Ian's wedding to myself at one point. Just like, open bar?
Open bar, ain't it? When life hands you an open bar, you have to fucking accept that gift with 2 hands.
Yeah, you got to take advantage.
The local cops are responding to a disturbance. They see Rabbit in a costume humping a fake bear. They're not sure what to call it. They're not sure what's happening, whose jurisdiction it is. More of a game warden thing.
He's got noises playing of a bear growling.
Smee's on the bullhorn. Excuse me, bear fucker. Do you need assistance?
He grabs a shotgun. Rabbit runs off in the costume. Governor assistant tells the mayor that she's got to leave for an emergency fundraiser, so they're short on time. Mac is leaving to go check on things. Farva walks up with 2 beers. Mac attack! Want to go punch for punch? Hits him in the stomach. Goes, good one. I did not specify. Never should have shit her. And then the woman walks by and goes, Lady of Blue coming through. So stupid. Thorny and Foster are 2 minutes out. They're rushing in.
Split screen montage. Farva's puking. You weren't kidding. That's a lot of hooch when they find the drugs.
When they run in, the governor's congratulating Grady. They look in the bags. There's a sign that says, enjoy your new jobs. Please sort for recycling. There's just trash in there. The old switcheroo for them.
All the Johnny Chimpo weeds on stage, and Grady says the drug queen pin from Louisville, Kentucky, Lucy Garfield, or as we like to call her down at the station, the Louisville Smuggler.
Farva just starts spraying beer, yelling Farva's number 1.
Farva's number 1.
Foster thinks Ursula dimed them out. She tases him because she's pissed. He says he crapped on my heart. Mac's pissed off at him, calls him a traitor. He kicks Rabbit as he walks up asking if it worked. 4 of them getting drunk at the station. O'Hagan's drunk. He stops Foster and Mac from fighting, says Foster should have known better. It's called the honeypot. I like that O'Hagan is like, who wants a shot? And they all say, I do. And he's like, who wants a shot?
He's doing great old drunk guy acting here.
I think he and Thorny do such a great drunk.
Yeah.
They do it in very different ways, but such a great drunk.
Really good drunk acting, which is hard to do. That's the sign of a good actor.
Mac applied for a guard job at the post office, says you'll finally get to shoot someone.
That's a very 20 CB joke, by the way.
Oh, post office violence, yeah.
People going postal.
Going postal.
No one even knows what that means anymore.
Well, we talked about it 3 episodes ago.
We did, yeah. So now they all know. Now everyone knows what it means.
The millions of listeners now know what it means.
And we're not done yet.
Reveal Farva in a police uniform, not a highway patrol. He's in a police uniform in the station.
Look who's talking, Denim Dan. You look like the president, chairman, and CEO of Levi Strauss. Where'd you get that Canadian tuxedo?
Captain says they should have shot him long ago. I like that as he's walking out, he tries to squeeze through and they're just not letting him through. And he's being very awkward about it.
They're talking about taking him down. He awkwardly comes back in.
Farva's going down. Grady's going down. All these fuckers are going down. They have the local police car. They chain Farva. They handcuff him to the toilet in the bathroom in his underwear. They go to the Dippus drive-thru, pretend to be Farva. Give me a liter of cola. The kid runs out of there. They pull someone over. O'Hagan is drunk. He just pisses on the car.
Drunk hijinks montage.
They run over Grady's mailbox. O'Hagan gets out. He's yelling for Grady to get his ass out there. Foster wants to call Ursula. She tells them to essentially go to a certain road at 10:30. She's going to meet him there. And that's when we reveal we see Galkanokis again in the soap company truck.
2 miles to the airfield, exposition sign.
As they're going to pull out after him, Farva cuts them off and he's just trying to put them under arrest.
No, Farva, you are under arrest for being a total and complete fuckhead. Tells them they got to go stop that truck. Using what? Super citizen power?
I believe that when me shit turns purple and smells like rainbow sherbet.
Does it sound like that when I say it?
Farva, you are not stopping me from getting my job back. Get it back. Oh.
Mac tries to rush Farva here and he just sidesteps him and Mac falls down because he's so drunk.
I got a job now. You're a local cop. You're goddamn right I am. You ratted us out. No, Thorny. I barely had a job before. Farva get the coffee, Farva hit the radio, Farva clean the cells. I'm a cop, goddammit. I got my own car now. I get to bust criminals. It's what I gotta do. You screwed us over. No, Thorny. Okay, I did it. sorry, Rodney. I'm sorry.
Come on, Team Ramrod. You can be a hero.
They go to a field. There's a small plane. There's Gallicanocus. There's Canadian markings on the plane. Spurbury police pull up. It's Grady. Farva runs out there. He thought he was going to be in on the bust. Grady hugs and kisses the pilot on both cheeks. They realize the police are in on it. Ursula walks up on them. She can't believe they're drunk. They're going to rush him. She knew about this the whole time. She kind of used Foster, but she ended up liking him too. How about that?
Hate to break up the like fest, but it's prime time for crime time.
They go into the trunk to look for weapons. There's just flares and a sex doll that has Ursula's name written on it from Farva's trunk.
Ride of the Valkyries plays as they set the car rolling towards the bust. They pop out of the trunk, start a big fist fight. There's this Big Bear song that's very strange that's playing the whole time.
Kind of sounds like they recorded that, right?
It does, yeah.
A song by a band called Steak.
The Canadian goes, "Qu'est-ce que c'est, que ça?" Grady just yells, "English!" O'Hagan goes to fight Grady.
Rowan punches in the sky.
What are you, drunk? Drunk enough to kick your ass.
Knocks him out, kicks him in the face. 2-time Navy champion. Tag him and bag him. Give my regards to Bobby Baboon.
Show up to O'Hagan's house. He's got a letter he hasn't opened yet. It congratulates them on the bus, but the station's still being shut down for fiscal issues. Sincerely, Governor Fuckhead.
3 months later, Stanky beer truck pulls up. Get it? Stanky.
Saint Anky.
Rabbit has a little pube stash. Says it's not so bad. All the beer they can drink. Shout out to Landfill and his job at the brewery. It's the stoners from the opening scene. Oh my God. They think it's the highway patrol guys, but they work for the beer company now. So they start shit talking him. They're making him move the keg around. And then he says, I don't have any ID, but Abraham Lincoln here, he says that I'm 21 and he never told a lie. And I ask you, Abraham Lincoln, repeat offender?
I wish I knew how to quit you.
He's up there with Coolio.
Rest in peace.
Yes, rest in power.
Have you guys ever greased someone's palm? I did it this past week.
Where'd you grease the palm?
El Compadre.
Oh.
Dude, I've greased palms so many times in my life. Are you shitting me?
No, I meant with money, I mean.
Oh.
Not just your disgusting hands.
Jergens.
You grease your palm and then time yourself.
Not just my seed.
Moved me from a 45-minute wait to about a 10-minute wait. It was great.
There you go. What'd you grease with, 20?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my friends who shall remain nameless came up with the concept of a porn site called cumslap.com in which the
I think I get it.
climax would happen.
I think I get it.
This is a good use of our time.
You get a rubber glove and then and then the end, like, you've been cum
They
slap.
bust them as local police officers, but then they're just partying with the kids.
Rabbit rips off the pube stash, so we didn't even grow that.
Yeah.
During the credits, we get video of Farva's incident with the school bus.
I love a credit sequence. We've lost this with comedies too.
Broken Lizard's big on that.
Oh, yeah.
They always have a credit sequence.
And them partying with the stoners really just reminded me of Superbad with McLovin. All of the cop interactions with that. I don't think that happens without this movie.
No way.
Who cares if you lose the game? You got this off your chest. I mean, it's just one night of bar trivia.
One night of bar trivia is sacrosanct to us.
Trivia is sacrosanct.
Sacrosanct.
The couple that Farva calls chicken fuckers are actually Kevin Heffernan's parents.
Okay. I didn't know that.
They said, can we be in the movie? I said, yeah, you do this part. I didn't tell them what it was, and we did 25 takes with me calling my parents chicken fuckers, which was a fun day.
That's gotta be great.
This movie was originally supposed to be set in the 1970s.
Oh, okay.
In the syrup chugging scene, the first few takes were done drinking thick iced tea from syrup containers, but it didn't look realistic enough.
This is crazy trivia.
Real syrup was brought in.
What?
And they did several takes in which they actually chugged entire bottles of syrup.
Several?
How crazy is that, Zach?
That's disgusting. I could not do that.
Dipping on some scissor. Dipping on some scissor.
Should we try to do this at the live show?
Chug syrup?
Yeah.
I'd rather do Das Boot.
I'll do both, but I'm gonna tell you right now, if you
I'll
want,
chug anything.
if you do want to do the syrup chugging, you should know that in the scene where Kevin Heffernan is throwing up, that's actual vomit.
Oh.
The bar of soap that O'Hagan bites into is made out of white chocolate. Brian Cox has diabetes and got very upset after biting into it. The crew then had to get a sugar-free version.
Oh, wow.
The bulletproof cup scene was shot outside a real-life prison. While Steve Lemmy stood there just wearing a cup, inmates were pressed against the fence yelling at him.
I bet they were.
When Rabbit was stuffed in a locker and covered in shaving cream, they used menthol shaving cream, not knowing that menthol burns skin if left on too long. After the scene, Eric Stolhansky was sent next door to a firehouse to get hosed off. And then in the scene where they get high while watching Johnny Chimpo, the makeup artist blew menthol in their faces to make their eyes red. So a pretty menthol-heavy movie. This movie won High Times' 2003 Stony Award for Best Stoner Movie, a good 2 years after it came out, right on Stoner time. The scene where Ramathorn is typing on the computer and saying "enhance" repeatedly is an homage to Harrison Ford in Blade Runner. Snozberries taste like snozberries, as Ian mentioned, is a reference to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Lick an orange, it tastes like an orange. Lick a pineapple, it tastes like a pineapple. Go ahead, try it. Oh. Try some more. The strawberries taste like strawberries. The snozberries taste like snozberries.
Snozberries? Who ever heard of a snozberry?
We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams.
And then I read an oral history and an Esquire interview, and unfortunately, the very problematic Harvey Weinstein was influential in getting this movie made and sold.
Uh-oh.
He developed the script at Miramax after seeing Puddle Cruiser and telling them he would buy their next script. And then he went to the screening at Sundance and helped create a market for the film by showing interest and hanging out with the guys and talking to them, which led to the movie being bought. From the Esquire interview in 2015, when they were getting their start in New York, Jay said, quote, "At the time, there was Saturday Night Live and In Living Color. MTV told us and the state that they were going to pick one of us to put on the air and give a show. The state is, of course, David Wayne, Michael Ian Black. They came to our show and we fucking killed it. The next night, they went to see the state and they killed it more, apparently, because they got the show. Then we were like, is there really room for another sketch show? So we decided to be like Python and make a movie. They really wanted to be the American Monty Python." And then Lemmy talking about the idea for Super Troopers. Quote, "It was that summer when all your friends are starting to get married and every weekend is booked. The five of us would road trip in Jay's car driving to these weddings. We were always very stoned. We'd get pulled over pretty frequently and we'd be talking a lot of shit before the cop came up to the car. When he did, we'd just kiss his ass. He'd walk away and we'd laugh about what pussies we were, and if he knew we were high and had a sense of humor, he could have fucked with us so much." And then also in this interview, they mentioned that Club Dread was released the same weekend as Passion of the Christ and got steamrolled out of theaters.
Wow.
One more piece of trivia. This is from the credits. Some of the entries listed under "also many thanks to" include the Dr. Chandrasekhars, Carlos and Gloria Lemmy for making love, the Good Lord and Lady Luck, and two ridiculously hot British girls, a.k.a. Rona and Donna.
My wife, Donna.
I'd like you all to do an experiment on a plant, something that may benefit mankind. And if you devise something that groundbreaking, I guarantee you a A in this course.
Oh, well, hold on, man. You following me? You can't do that, Lionel. Look, man, if you don't want me to have a foreman job, I understand, but I need my fucking job, man.
Louis Pinnock Accent Award. The Germans or Foster pretending to be an old woman on the phone?
Yeah, what's the best accent to you in the movie, Ian?
I'm going to go with "You fuckers ever been to Mexico?"
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm going him pretending to be the dirtbag.
Yeah.
I'm with that, because that's the most memorable one, too.
"You fuckers ever been to Mexico?" Like that, dirtbag.
Let's show them who the horsemen are, guys.
Yeah, we got soul.
Five Horsemen. I had mustaches, hazing, cop games.
As cop games like Repeat and all those other
Yeah, Repeater and Meow, yeah. License, registration, chicken fucker.
Yeah, definitely cop games. Definitely boredom.
Oh, because they do everything out of...
They're all just bored.
Shenanigans? Is Shenanigans the Horseman?
Yeah,
Oh,
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans. Yeah, that's the Horseman.
Yeah, Shenanigans.
What's the name of that restaurant you like?
Shenanigans?
Oh.
Breathe in through nose, out the mouth.
Ass on, ass off.
Teddy Rex, Moosey Teddy Rex. Teddy Rex, Moosey Teddy Rex.
Ass
Ass on. Fuck it, ass off. Ass on. Fuck it, ass off.
Michael Bean Memorial Ass On Award. So I've got John Bedford Lloyd as Mayor Timber, the mayor that fucks, according to Ian.
That mayor fucks.
He does fuck.
Take a look at that guy. That guy has been the first dude after a divorce several times.
Yes.
That dude's been a stepdad many times over.
No. I don't know if he's ever been a stepdad, but he's definitely...
He doesn't hang around long enough.
No.
Maybe not a legal stepdad, but a presence of a stepdad, yeah.
Absolutely.
Or James Grace as Handlebar Cop Rando.
Oh, Rando.
Yeah, Rando's really bad.
Yeah. I actually like the mayor.
I like the mayor too. I didn't think he was that bad.
Spread it on.
Look, just because you were attracted to him, Ian, doesn't mean that he was a good actor.
Look, man, that came through the screen 20 years later.
That's not the only thing that came through the screen.
No, sir. No, sir.
Carl Weathers Memorial Ass Off Award. I think the old guys are fantastic. Brian Cox as Captain O'Hagan and Daniel Von Bargen as Chief Grady, but this is a Kevin Heffernan as Farva movie to me.
Yeah. It's between Brian Cox and Heffernan for me.
Yeah, Heffernan's so uncomfortable. I would go with him. Like, he really is that annoying guy to the point where all of his other characters in Broken Lizard movies, I'm surprised because that's my introduction. So that's what I thought he was.
But that's range.
I know. That's why it's ass off.
Brian Cox played Brian Cox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Heffernan.
Was Heffernan held back in his career by Broken Lizard?
Probably.
Should he have been a bigger comedy star?
Some call him the Leo DiCaprio of our time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you good at keeping secrets?
Absolutely.
Because I've got a present for you. Secret present outside by the dumpster.
Is it a baseball mitt?
To fit you like a baseball mitt, like a glove. I hope.
Golden Dumpster nominees: the opening scene messing with the stoners, the cat game jumping around all nimbly bimbly from tree to tree, Enhance, Mac jerking off to the reflection of lips on a billboard, Car Ramrod, or the Dimpus Burger scene.
Drunk enough to kick your ass.
Also, climb up on Uncle Rabbit's lap. I don't think that's a good idea.
I think Meow Game is the enduring scene.
My golden dumpster is going to be the line from Grady. It's my favorite line of the movie. Desperation is a stinky cologne. I've used that so many times in my life.
What, that cologne?
No, I use Tom Ford. Thanks.
Does Tom Ford make a desperation?
He sure does.
Okay. I'm going to go with Steve Lemmy jerking off.
That tracks.
To the billboard.
Greasing palms.
My golden dumpster is the entire Dimpus Burger scene. It's for a cop.
It's so good.
The guy on the other side of the radio, liter of cola.
All right, Ian, you picked a motherfucker.
Yes!
Motherfucker. I like that.
Super Troopers, phobe or file?
It's a great movie. I said it at the beginning of the podcast, but what it does, and Amin, you pointed it out, it's a bunch of scenes stuck together. It is like the movie equivalent of Los Angeles, a bunch of individual neighborhoods shoved together, tenuously linked by freeways, just like Super Troopers. It's fucking great. It's exactly what you're looking for. Sometimes you want to go out to a nice restaurant and have a fixed menu meal.
Slam and salmon.
Sometimes you want to pull through to a Dimpus Burger and just have a fucking liter of cola and a burger without any spit on it. And that's what this is. You know what I mean? It does what it says on the tin. They should have 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, 100% on the audience score, but I'm glad it didn't, so we could talk about it here today. File it under file.
Amin, phobe or file?
I'm not going to lie to you guys. This one was...
Don't you dare.
No, it's a file. I'm not going to hold you in suspense, but it was a lot less enjoyable than I remember. Like Beer Fest, I hadn't seen in years. Watched it like, oh, it's just as funny as I remember. And this one, I was like, that was funny, that was funny, that was funny, but the spuriousness of all the different scenes.
Good use.
I remember it being funnier in my head, basically. I don't know. So it's a file, but...
A reluctant file?
I thought I was going to walk away from this like wiping tears from my eyes, and I wasn't.
It's a file for me. It's super easy. Super Trooper, super easy. Easy file. I laughed as hard as I ever have.
Is that your math? Super Trooper? Super easy.
If it's a super file, it's a Super Trooper. Yeah, I'm a trooper and filing it. Easy file. I love this movie.
Let's sweep it, boys.
First sweep month, right?
Our first month where we have swept every movie with the file.
Yeah.
Every single one. Slam and Salmon, Beer Fest, Club Dread, Super Troopers. You want to file all fantasy everything as well and file the Late Show with James Corden.
File those.
You can find our friend Ian Karmel. Ian, I would say buy tickets to your shows and stuff.
Come see me November 18th at Revolution Hall in Portland, Oregon.
Sold out.
Oh, no. The 20th is sold out. The 18th, some tickets still available. Come see me doing stand-up. Come see All Fantasy Everything at the Wilbur Hall Theater, December 15th. December 16th at the Bell House in Brooklyn. We added a late show. Tickets are going fast for that.
A late show.
We played there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've sold that out.
Yeah, we sold out the Bell House.
How many shows did you sell out? Just the one?
Just the one. They said nothing's ever going to live up to this, so we'll just book other stuff.
Oh, rough.
Our crowd is a little bit of a rowdier crowd. You know, there was all sorts of maintenance issues that happened afterward.
Yeah. We definitely don't have an episode of a live show that we just can't put out due to rowdiness.
The lost tapes.
Ian, thank you so much.
You guys can have your fun on here, all right? But if you want to talk about rowdy crowds, fucking all fantasy everything, bro.
Wow.
All right?
Draft the rowdiest crowds next time then. How about that?
You want to try to step to us with your live crowd, okay? Our live crowd, dude?
We'll start a fight. You want to start a brawl?
Jousts routinely break out in our audience. They were like, how did they get a horse in here? This is a basement club.
Sorry, we just have machetes passed out at the door.
Oh, you have machetes passed out? We have several trained falconers come to every show and engage in sort of falcon duels during the shows. We pass out swords. Do you understand? Just in case anyone didn't bring one.
Archery is really big with our crowd.
All right, okay.
I don't know if you heard of the Olympics, but yeah, archery's there, yeah. They don't have jousting.
Just like a cloud of arrows going across the theater back and forth.
Constantly.
We don't even have seats. We have small campfires scattered throughout the club, and people sit at it and ask each other what is best in life.
Our entire crowd is hanging upside down from the rafters like they're bats.
Okay, our entire crowd is hanging upside down from the rafters like Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible.
Sweating because they're nervous.
Yeah, they're nervous because they heard our crowd's coming.
Literally.
They're nervous.
Greasing palms.
Because they know that All Fantasy Everything boys are about to come out, dude.
Ian, it's so great to have my good friend on here. I'm so glad you got to finally meet Amin Al-Hassan. It's just what a time.
How's the colander?
Buddy, the amount of liquids it is strained from solids, it would take another 2 hours to sort of go through it all.
What did Zach get you?
Nothing but attitude.
There you go.
Nothing but attitude.
The NBA.
And a great presence. You know what? You know who was worried about hitting that reserve for the open bar? Ian Karmel.
Open
you know
bar,
who
dude.
didn't have to worry about it that night? Ian Karmel.
That's
Money
right.
well spent. I didn't have a single moment where I didn't have a full drink. I was just chugging those things.
6 schlitzes.
6 schlitzes, and I sprayed the cake, and I said, Farva's number 1.
I usually had 2, dude. I remember most of my wedding.
I drank for all 3 of us.
Yeah.
You, me, and Dana.
And Dana. Well, it's not hard to drink for Dana. Gentlemen, it was my absolute pleasure. Shabbat shalom.
Next time we make love, you introduce me to Jade.
All right. Well, 2 fraudulent polls later, here we are.
Good Lord.
And we've called it. Beer Fest was winning before the fraudulence happened both times. So Zach wins. It's a 2/3 tie for the wild card, entering this fantastically tough final month, apparently, because we'll have to come up with a new way to decide that.
Let's talk about that for a second.
Yeah, we're going to take away fan voting.
Congratulations. I hope the $7 or whatever you spent on fake votes was worth it. You've now ruined it for everyone. Well, not for us. We're going to keep doing the podcast and killing it as always as the number 1 property on Middle Arc Media.
Woo.
But if you're a fan, yeah, sorry, whatever dickhead did all that. All right, you made your joke the first time. We got it. Someone did it twice.
If you had done this next month when we're all tight, like we can make something funny out of that, right? We would still probably have to figure out, all right, how do we do this? But you could have made something funny out of that. You just fucked it up. And for what? It was just so dumb.
So, you know, it'd be funny if I bought votes.
Because then, you know, Slam and Salmon will win the poll month, and yeah, that is like that's funny because they thought they'd stagnate. That's funny. It's like,
did they think that if the poll decided it, we wouldn't figure it out? And we would just take it as, well, there it is. The poll says.
I got the first time. Again, corny, all that stuff. All right, you did your joke. But when we're saying, hey, because there was tampering, we have to do this again. To go ahead and do it again, like, what are you, dense?
Bingo.
How bored are you, man? How bored are you with your life?
It's just annoying, too, because I had fun with the idea of polls deciding all this shit and everything. I thought that was like a fun little wrinkle. We got to joke about stuff, trying to influence votes and everything. Now we got to come up with something completely different.
And now for something completely different. I was losing when the tampering was
both times, right?
Noticed this time, and I believe last time as well.
Well, we don't know about that. I don't know about that, but all right, but go ahead.
It was close. It was close.
Sure.
There was time on the clock to change that if the tampering had not begun.
Right.
It was by no means decided, but since we've been forced to call it twice, so that leaves me with the precious responsibility of deciding next month's theme. I've thought about this. I thought about trying to pick a theme that would back the two of you into a corner.
Never back down.
I'm aware that you will not, especially if Travis Barker Soulja Boy remix starts playing in your mind.
What a moment.
But I don't want to be that guy.
Oh.
We'll save that for another time.
Trying to play clean?
We're going to do a pretty wide open...
Wait, what was the point of that?
Oh.
What was the point of that whole preamble?
Let's do movie month.
Why are you complaining, Amin? Did you
Well,
want me to
'cause-
do that? You want me to back you into a corner?
I'm just saying, like, what was the purpose of that threat?
He's trying to come off as like a good guy to curry favor with whatever process it is next month.
It's called a tease. It's called talking about the show.
Yeah, you're supposed.
Do you want me to do that? Because I will.
You're supposed to tease like what the next month is gonna be because
I was gonna do that.
Well,
that's what I was about to do when you objected to my approach here.
Okay.
Leave all this in.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, fuck you, Amin. Catholic month, Nacho Libre. You reap what you sow.
Catholic month.
Catholic month. Oh no, Zach, we're backed into a corner.
Oh no.
Catholic month is. What are we gonna do?
I don't feel backed into a corner because I don't even know what qualifies.
That's my point. That's my
I'm
point.
not worried. I'm just like, I guess I got to figure this shit out.
He gave us this whole speech, like, oh no, not Catholic, anything but Catholic.
Can't wait for your pick, Amin. I'm sure it's gonna be great.
You know what? I got my out. Don't worry about it.
You don't have the veto.
Left Behind again.
We can do Left Behind again, right?
No, you can't. That's not Catholic.
Gallow Walkers?
That's also not Catholic.
Cats.
McCavity!